Football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, Rough Water Dock, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. It's time for the Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Now, William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
Good evening, Lake of the Ozarks, and welcome to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football. Tonight, we're in Camdenton for the final week of the regular season. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell here at the Jaws of Death. And Mike, for the second straight week, we're back right here in Camdenton.
And we don't know a lot about the team that Camdenton's playing tonight. There really wasn't anything online. I know you tried to contact the coach. They're 0-6. Maybe they're not as inclined to want to talk about that as much when you're 0-6, and I understand that. And they didn't get here until 10 after 6 tonight. I grabbed a guy and got some starters from him. That's pretty much the totality of our preparation for Southeast and the Knights.
Yeah, at 0-6, we'll tell you a little bit about them, the best that we can under the direction of Coach William Williams. And I liked that when I saw that, of course, naturally. Yeah. We'll also tell you about Camdenton at 4-4, win-loss all season long. They've yet to win 2 in a row, lose 2 in a row. Well, a lot at stake with the district playoffs looming next week. So we'll tell you about all of that. We'll talk with head coach Par Pitts, and we'll look at some of the Camdenton Lakers spotlight players on what's senior night for this year's Camdenton Lakers.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
We welcome you back to our COMC pregame show on Lake TV. Hey, it's high school football presented by Polylift Boat Lifts here at the Jaws of Death in Camdenton. And Mike, man, it's hard to believe that we're concluding the regular season, and we hope to have a lot of playoff football. We'll talk about that. But first, we got to talk about where is everybody going to be the next week, because everybody gets a first-round playoff matchup. Got to love Missouri high school footballs.
Yeah, and the number 1 seed in most districts gets a bye, which I don't know if that's an advantage or not. You get to rest your kids up for an extra week. Andy seems to like it up in Kansas City, so maybe you can make it work too. For the Lakers, and listen, I've got an apology to make. I talked last week in the pregame show about the possibility of Camdenton moving up into the number 2 spot, and my focus was entirely on what happens if Camdenton wins over Capital City last week. Well, I kind of lost track of the fact that they could have lost, and they did lose 28-14, and that Rolla and Lebanon were right there and could pass them. So right now, that knocked Camdenton out of a home playoff game in the opening round. You said there's a slight chance that they could reclaim that. Rolla is playing, I've got that here, Parkview tonight. They're 4-4 on the season, but Lebanon, who's won 3 or 4 in a row right now, they're playing Waynesville, and the Tigers are 0-8. So you got to think that Lebanon's going to continue that winning streak.
Which brings me to how huge last week's loss against Capital City was. I mean, 28-14, Camdenton got that late touchdown, so it wasn't even that close. But, man, that was in the first half a game that looked like Camdenton was right there.
Don't you kind of feel that maybe some of the players and the coaching staff, and I'm not trying to like read people's minds or anything, but they've got to feel that that's one that got away from them?
Sure.
I mean, they were moving the ball, and then they would get a quarterback sack that would kill a drive, or there'd be a penalty, and there were some interceptions, some turnovers. They had trouble handling Cap City's pass rush, and when you throw the ball 48 times a game, that's certainly a problem. But right now, it looks like Camdenton would I don't know. I'm not sure who they're going to get now. It could be one of 2 teams, I guess, Lebanon or Rolla. What do you think? What are your notes?
Well, it looks like it's going to be Rolla, because they're 0.98 points difference right now. And you can, not to count out Southeast tonight, but everything we've found out, it's a program that's down. They only have, 17 kids dressed tonight?
I counted 17.
That is going to be very tough. And so let's say Camdenton goes to 5-4 and gets the win. You start to look at everyone else you talked about. Actually, Lebanon could move up, and it looks like any way you shake it out, it's going to be Rolla and Camdenton. The question is whether or not the game's going to be at Rolla or here in Camdenton. But listen, I'd say if you're a percentage guy, like 75-80%, Camdenton's going on the road next week to Rolla. Of course, we'll wait and see, but yeah, that's wild. Going into last week, we were talking about the possibility of Camdenton hosting back-to-back playoff games, and then maybe Helias gets knocked off. They host a district championship. Look, they may not play a home playoff game this year, and that's something that the fans here in Camdenton not used to. Our good buddy Wayne Birch shared with us the only time The Lakers finished 500 or below, I assume. 1989, they finished 5-5.
I'll give you one. When I was a sophomore in high school, Versailles beat Camdenton 72-0.
Wow.
And they had a great running back at that time, too. That is Camdenton. Paul Long, I think his name was.
Okay.
But Versailles was loaded then. They had a couple of kids that moved away. They had some injuries. And by the time they got to the state playoffs, back then, you got to the state playoffs, you were in the Final Four. That's just the way it worked. And they played South Shelby, that is Versailles, and lost. But they were down to their third-string running back, and they were a running team. But that's an aberration. This has been an incredible program over the years. And you look at some of the numbers that were put together for us, how many different schools they played over the year. We do know a little bit about Southeast. They're the Knights, 0-6. The losses were to Pembroke Hill. Pembroke Hill is 8-0 in the season, 38-6. They lost at Van Horn. They're 6-2, 69-6. At Carrollton, Carrollton's 5-3, 43-8. The one game they were really in was Kansas City East, although they're 1-7. It was 25-24. Lincoln College Prep. Eldon played them years ago in a playoff game up at Eldon. Lincoln won 46-0. And then last week, Southeast lost to Northeast by a score of 44-12. And again, we only saw 17 kids dressed out. I got the chance to speak to a coach for just a second. Again, getting here at 10 after 6. They didn't have a lot of time to prepare. And he said they've had some kids ineligible, some kids quit. And, man, once that starts rolling downhill, it's hard to get it to stop.
Sure. And so, hey, as we get ready and tell you about the hometown Lakers, we kind of told you about what happens with them next week. It's probably going to be Rolla, right? Of course, we'll keep you posted as we know more. You follow us on Facebook, online, and then, of course, next week, playoff football, which we'll talk about. But there's another big game, right? In the Lake area. It's on the road, but Osage, 7-1. They beat, Southern Moon big last week, 45-7. They're at an 8-0 St. Francis Borgia tonight. That's a game that we're going to be keeping an eye on, and we actually are going to have on screen tonight live score updates throughout the night of that game.
Yeah, Borgia's 8-0. Right now, Osage would host Holt, but they're only 0.34 points behind Kirksville, the number 2 team in that district, Class 4, District 5, I believe it is. And they're the number 2 seed. Warrenton is also undefeated in that district. But I think that Osage has got a shot at maybe passing Kirksville and getting the 2 seed.
Yeah, it's just 0.34 that separates them, especially if Osage could beat St. Francis Borgia, a bigger school, undefeated. I mean, it'd be interesting, right?
Yeah, and Kirksville's Central's been a great program over the years. It's a smaller school than Kirksville, obviously, but they're 6-2. So the Panthers are usually pretty good. Maybe they can give them a game tonight. And
it looks like Warrenton absolutely has that 1 seed pretty much locked up in that district. As far as Eldon, they are struggling. Now, they're going to be at Boonville. Week 10, it looks like they're going to be at Southern Boone or Knob Noster, 2 pretty strong programs. And for Versailles, they're versus Sherwood tonight, who's 4-4, and it looks like Week 10, they'd be back at Boonville. That'd be tough.
Yeah, just losing 61-0 to them just last week. And, of course, their injuries have just been over the top. But one thing you have to look at for Eldon, they're listed as number 5 in the district right now, but just below them is number 6 California. Well, California beat them last week, so they would flop. So really, Eldon is probably the 6th seed right now and would play the number 2 school, or actually the number 3 school in that district. And I don't have the entire list here with me, but it's going to be tough for Eldon's on a long losing streak right now.
For sure. So as we look at your hometown, Camdenton Lakers, man, what a weird year. We kind of alluded to it. Win-loss. All year it's been back-to-back win-loss. They've yet to do anything in consecutive weeks. And so you look at that, well, man, I look at that schedule, Mike, and I'm like, that's tough. But if you ask the Lakers and people around this program, at least 1, maybe 2 of those games they probably should have gotten away with a W.
Yeah, I just my feeling as I was driving home last Friday night was, man, that's one that got away. I mean, that was such a big game. You would almost guarantee yourself 2 home games in the playoffs, and then you take your chances with Elias into finals. But and Shannon Jolly, Osage, he's been to Eldon, he's been to Osage back and forth. Something he told me a long time ago that stuck with me. is you think, okay, it's not that big a deal. You're not going to go to a state championship game, maybe not. But having those extra weeks to work with the kids, it's not like being a pro or in college where you're working with them pretty much year-round. And to get those extra weeks of practice, that's huge, especially for the younger players that you don't get to work with that long or that much.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so it's almost as the season continues, hey, these are my sophomores getting some extra reps that are going to mean valuable. Playoff football always carries over. So, hey, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to be with Par Pitts down on the field as he talks about how big tonight's game is for his Camdenton Lakers.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
Camdenton head coach Par Pitts. Coach, it's the regular season finale. Glad to be here at the jaws of death, I'm sure.
Yeah, senior night, it's a beautiful night to play football, and our guys are ready to go.
So you talk about this year's senior class, you get to celebrate them. Talk about what this year of seniors means to the Camdenton Lakers program.
Well, we got 19 guys that have committed to our program, worked hard, through weights and through summer practice and during the season, and just all that it takes. It's not easy to do, and our guys have done it with a great amount of effort, a great amount of heart.
You guys come in tonight at 4-4, and you start looking at those district standings. It's playoff time next week. There's a lot at stake potentially, but how important is it for you guys to end the regular season, Coach, with a big win for these seniors?
Yeah, we want to be 1-0 at the end of the week, and we have that opportunity tonight to go out and play hard and play fast and play physical, and then take care of business, and hopefully it will set us up to be ready to go next week.
Look at your offense, and I see 4 receivers that have at least 30 catches. It's wild the way you guys share the football. Talk about your passing attack and the way Carson's kind of shared the wealth all season long.
Well, we got a lot of weapons, and so he's been able to take what the defense has given us. And if a guy has a big night the week before, they typically try to take that guy away. And so it's been one of those situations where it's kind of spread out evenly. It doesn't happen always like that, but they're selfless. They go run their routes hard. They block hard. They do all the things it takes to be successful.
All right, so a lot of coaches say this, but when I look at your guys' record at 4-4 and I look at your schedule, this is a team that could very easily be 6-2, maybe even 7-1. So when you look at your district, how do you keep your team and everybody following you guys to say, hey, we still got a chance of winning this district?
Yeah, everybody going into next week, everybody's even, and so it really doesn't matter what you've done previously, so you got the opportunity. It's kind of a clean slate, but we know we've played a super competitive schedule, and so that's prepared us to go out and be ready to play, because many of the teams in our conference are in our district. So we're ready to see. We've got a game plan against most of those teams, and so I'm excited about our chances for sure. When we're clicking on offense, we're hard to stop. When we're going after it on defense, we're really formidable.
All right, Coach, I ask you almost every time we get a chance to talk, give me 2 or 3 big factors that you guys have to do to get the W tonight.
Well, I think we got to run the ball. We got to be able to stop their run game. Dynamic plays will be a part of what we do. So if we get some man coverage, we'll try to stretch the field and get it down, get a big play out of that. We got to tackle. Last week I didn't feel like we tackled as well as we needed to, and so hopefully we can do that tonight.
All right, I'll end with this. Coach, where would you rather be than right here, right now?
Oh, nowhere else. This is the best place to be. All right, we're excited about it. Come on out if you're not here yet.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Yeah, and really feel that. And I love all the local schools, right? But there's something about being at Bomb Shore Stadium on Friday nights that's makes everything in the world right. You know, this is where you're supposed to be. And for the Lakers at 4-4, I look at that record and I'm like, you know, the combined, there's only been 3 losses combined for the teams they've have those 4 losses to. Just crazy, right? And so you heard Coach Pitts talk about, hey, we do feel like we could be 6-2, maybe even in 7-1, and by every stretch of the imagination for anyone watching, they still feel like they can win this district, and probably with good reason.
You have to be optimistic. I mean, again, it's, as he mentioned during the interview, you're wiping the slate clean. Everybody's 0-0. Yeah, you've got a juggernaut in Elias at the top, but they've got to win a game to get to the championship game as well. So, you know, take your chances. You got to feel like it's a reprieve. There's a lot of schools around the state have to feel like week 10 is a reprieve for them because it didn't used to be that way.
Sure.
You'd play your regular season. They've had all kinds of different playoff formats where there was like 2 out of your district, The last 3 games of the season were district games. There's been all kinds of different formats, but it's like basketball now. Everybody is in. Everybody has a fresh start.
Hey, and you heard Coach Pitts say something in that interview that I think can't be stressed enough. He said we need to run the football. You look at Willard DeMott. He only has 300 yards rushing on the season, but he's efficient. And when you get that rushing attack going, it changes the defense, right? They don't do the same thing, and that opens up that passing attack. What we've seen in some of these losses for Camdenton, they've had to go one-dimensional. They've had to force Durnan to throw 40, 50 times a game, and that's why you've seen these games start to get away from them. And so I agree when Coach Pitt says we have to establish that run, because if they come out and you start seeing Willard DeMott get going on the ground, that's going to mean really good things for this passing attack.
Yeah, because there's a lot of different aspects of it, but to me the main one is if you're a defensive lineman and you know the team's going to throw the ball, hey, you're teeing off. I mean, you're going for it. They were running stunts last week. You can't do that if there's a really legitimate opportunity for the opponent to run the ball against you. You start doing that, you're going to give up some big gainers. So, yeah, I agree. I don't know who they have besides Willard DeMott to run the ball in the backfield, but that's somebody you probably would want to try to get some reps tonight if you got another guy.
Elijah Dickerson popped off that 25-yarder last week. He leads the Lakers in tackles. He's second with 3 picks. I like him to spell DeMott if he needs to get reps in the running attack is working. But when you look at this offense, Carson Durnan, unbelievable, right? The senior signal caller, in which started to be a potentially historic senior campaign, it's cooled off a little bit, but man, over 2,000 yards through the air through 8 games. I mean, that's 250 yards a game. 16 touchdowns through the air, 5 rushing touchdowns. It's still been a really special year for him. And one of the things that's most impressive, Coach Pitt says, well, he takes what the defense has given him. You have 5 guys that have at least 25 catches and 4 guys that have 30-plus receptions on the year.
That's the most amazing thing. I mean, you'll see passing attacks in high school football, and it's usually one guy.
Right.
There's one guy, and then there's other guys you can dump the ball off to. But these guys are all legitimate opportunities to throw the ball downfield. They run some fairly complicated route trees, and they make it work if you can protect Durnan and let him stay in the pocket and pick out a receiver. He's going to be very consistent. He's going to get you a lot of first downs as well.
All right, so we told you about Carson Durnan. We told you about Elijah Dickerson and Willard DeMott. And when you talk about the 4 receivers, I love the senior Deontay Hare, and I also love the sophomore Colt Jennings. He had the touchdown last week. But I want to spotlight 2, 1 senior, 1 sophomore, along with Carson Durnan for your Spotlight Players of the Game, brought to you by Grand Collision Center. I really like Owen Borbet, the senior. He's went up the ladder and made some big catches, 32 grabs, 500-plus yards. He's tied with the other Spotlight receiver, Michael Machino, with 5 touchdowns. Now Machino, just a sophomore. He's set to be the quarterback next year when Carson Durnan graduates. He's got 33 grabs for 500 yards and 5 scores as well. And you look at those 2, so dynamic. And of course, Carson Durnan has so many options, but these 2 really separate themselves, man. You look at how quick, especially Machino is last week. That was a busted play late in the game, but he pulled away from the guy late. He kind of had that speed on full display. So those three guys, I know that Durnan can get hot with Deontay Hare, and I love them all. But we spotlight those two because I think they're in for a special night. And defensively, I want to look because we told you about Dickerson, but Paul Muff earlier was not dressed out. So we'll keep you posted on that. For now, we direct our attention to the field for tonight's national anthem.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car, did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
I regret to inform you that Jason was killed in a car crash today. This is one of the hardest parts of our jobs, so we're doing everything we can to end crashes on Missouri roadways. Starting January 1st, we'll be writing tickets for cell phone use while driving. This includes sending or reading texts, taking photos or videos, or watching your phone while driving. Let's make our roads safer together. Time is up on distracted driving. Time is up on tragedies.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
We welcome you back here on Lake TV as we get ready to wrap up our pregame show brought to you by the fine folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center. And so the 0-6 Southeast Knights, the 4-4 Camdenton Lakers. And as we said, every team, they get to go to the playoffs. And so if Camdenton can come out tonight and execute, that would go a long way, even if you have to go on the road, right? You win and you advance. So for the home team, they got to take care of business for tonight. And we were talking about some of those numbers. I didn't really allude to all Willard DeMott does because he leads the team with 4 interceptions as well. Plus, he's the place kicker.
He's a good one, too. It's not by default. He's a good one.
24 of 27 on PATs and 3 of 4 from field goals with a long of 39, which must be getting training from Brett Edson, who I believe is the special teams coach. We were watching him before the game. He was spinning it, bouncing it, and kicking it off the hop. He had like 45 yards in the air, split the upright. Like, that guy must have been like a rugby or soccer player, huh?
A lot of free time on his hands, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But he was having fun with it, and obviously something he'd done a lot of before. You can't help but feel for this Southeast team a little bit. I mean, this has to be a little overwhelming. That's a 3.5-hour drive. That's a beautiful old school that opened in 1937. I've been by it many times going to concerts out in Swope Park. That's a beautiful area right there. But, man, 17 kids. I mean, that's what we counted a little while ago. That's got to be a little overwhelming to ride in a bus for 3.5 hours and then show up and have to be involved in something that's a little overwhelming, such as this crowd here at Box Shore Stadium can be.
Yeah, and as you look across, just one lone individual, 2 now over there. So yeah, a tough situation. You got to feel for them, but we let you see the starters get announced here, the tradition under the hog, and then we'll have our coin toss with your captains tonight. So we're just about 5 minutes or so away from kickoff here in Camdenton. And Mike, really a fast start would go a long way for Southeast because they don't feel like they got a shot in this game. You're 0-6, you struggled, you know about the history. Anyone that comes in for the first time to play at Bob Shore Stadium, you don't have to be told because somebody already did, right?
Yeah.
5 state championships, gobs of district titles, and the tradition here. It's a little intimidating, but if they could get off to a fast start, big kick return, maybe a busted coverage, never know, but that's kind of what it takes when you're the underdog, right? It kind of reminds me of 2011 Missouri-Oklahoma, the kick return for a touchdown, and that really was what set the tone for Missouri.
I was at that game. That was a lot of fun because everybody loves Bob Stoops.
I was never a Stoops guy. He caused me
Bit
more
of a whiner.
Well, he also caused me more depression and heartache over my adolescence than any other individual besides myself. So 2 Big 12 championships that would have sent Mizzou to the national title. Mr. Stoops had an answer.
One other thing about Missouri, name another team that has won the previous week on 2 different occasions and dropped in the polls.
Mizzou.
I don't know of any other team that ever done that. Maybe it's happened, but it seems a little odd to me.
Yeah, I guess when you play a 1-5 team at home, they expect you to win better than come from behind fashion on a field goal. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, but just like high school, those ratings mean so little right now. You win the rest of your games, you're getting in the college football playoff, just like for the Lakers. You win tonight, you win the next couple of weeks, you could get into the district championship game and extend this season as we conclude tonight's Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. We'll be back with your coin toss and kickoff right here on Lake TV.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Back here on Lake TV and just minutes away from kickoff. Now, if you're just joining us, expecting kickoff, the Southeast Knights from Kansas City didn't arrive here to Camdenton until about 10 or 15 minutes after 6. And so a courtesy offered here from Camdenton and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. So kickoff will probably get off just about 5 minutes later, but for now, we'll let you take in tonight's meeting of the captains and your coin toss at midfield.
Number 70, Cole Lane. Number 8, Willard DeMott. Number 11, Karsten Dernet. And number 41, Sterling Peterlaw.
All right, gentlemen, my name's Jason. I'll be the referee tonight. This is Wade. He'll be the umpire. He'll be in the middle with us tonight. All right, you guys are your team's captains, all right? We expect good leadership out here every play. Good sportsmanship every play. White, only talk to white. Purple, only talk to purple. Don't talk across at each other, none of that stuff, all right? Okay? If we're having issues, we'll come to y'all and let you handle it as captains, okay? If you can't handle it, then we're going to have to flag it. We don't want to do that, okay? All right? Let's keep our eyes up tonight. Look at what you're tackling. Look at what you're blocking so you don't hurt somebody or get hurt. Okay, so any questions, coaches? Good luck tonight.
Coaches, good luck to you.
Good luck. Good luck, fellas. You're still here at 12?
You're ready to go. You're ready to go, aren't you?
Hey, it's a long bus ride, aren't it?
Yeah.
Well, you my speaker? Yes, sir. All right. You're the visitors. It's going to be your call. This is heads. Tails says tails. That's heads. Tails says tails. What's your call? He said tails. If I drop it, we'll do it again.
Jason Reddick crew. Wade Jennings.
It is heads.
Gene Moore. Von Holland. Will Walker. And Perry Dole.
Okay. Which one do you want to kick? All right. Kick from the block. Kick that way. Go ahead. Circle behind you.
Stand that way for me.
You guys both there? That's good right there, fellas. All right. You guys won the toss. Elected to receive. Shake hands. Good luck. Enjoy.
Lakers win the toss and will receive.
The tone right here out of the gate, just like last week they tried to do. That one backfired. We'll see if it works better tonight. The Lakers set to receive. We'll be right back with tonight's live game of the week on Lake TV, presented by Polylift Boat Lifts.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
So we welcome you back to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. We're set for kickoff. Camdenton gets it first, Southeast. Kansas City set to kick. Big shout out to Jean from KC watching. Sharon Thurman watching from her recliner. And Kathy Warren, I'm going to let you take the last name, Mike.
Yeah, her last name, maiden name was Warren, and we were in the same class in high school. And I asked her one time, and I don't remember. It's been a few years ago. Hi, Kathy. How's it going?
Bezincinez watching from Camdenton says, hi, Mike. So thank you guys. And, of course, my buddy Mike Mawson and Danielle Borat watching at home for senior night. So thanks for tuning in with all of your options for high school football anymore. We certainly appreciate you choosing Lake TV. So set to kick for the Knights. I believe that is Jefferson Flores Portillo.
Let's go with Portillo.
I'm
getting to be a little bit of an expert in these things.
Yeah, that's it. Look out. It is muffed, and who has it? Portillo comes up with it, and that is a freak play the Knights so desperately needed. And they take over after the recovered botch. You could call it an onside kick. I don't believe it was real intentional.
It wasn't intended. And you know it wasn't intended because Camdenton's safeties were about the 25-yard line, so they had seen film and realized that they didn't have a kicking game to speak of, but it was just a spinning line drive that caught the Camdenton player right on the ankle, and he couldn't cover it up. So the first big break happens in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's a big start for Southeast. They have it at their own 48-yard line. Isaiah Hodges under center. Delayed snap, going to throw. That's backwards. That's a live football. That is on the ground and recovered by the Lakers inside the 10 to the house for the score. Caden Bowen, the senior. Big play for the Golden Knights, and just like that, the Lakers answer. Caden Bowen, not only Johnny on the spot, had the presence of mind to scoop and score.
Well, 15 seconds into the game, and we have 2 turnovers already. Yeah, that was a busted play. The quarterback turned the wrong direction. That or the running backs went the other way. And that ball, and you can see the official right there, he rules out a fumble, not a forward pass. And Bowen had no hesitation whatsoever. He picked it up on the run, and he's being congratulated in the end zone. Now DeMont will attempt the extra point.
Wow. Hopefully you weren't late to kickoff after the slight delay, because fireworks out of the gate. The snap, the hold, the kick is up for DeMont. And it is true, so a fast start for the Lakers. They recover and score. They lead 7-0 with 11:45 left in the first.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go.
Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Two plays into the game, one from scrimmage, one on special teams, two big plays so far. 15 seconds off the clock, and at this rate, we're in for a highlight-filled evening.
I guess so. We're off to a roaring start. Cameron Burton, along with the quarterback Isaiah Hodges, back to receive the kick.
And Carson Durnan will do the honors, kicking from the 40. So fast start. Camdenton spotted a 7-0 lead, and Southeast now gonna get it back. There is a kick that takes a Southeast bounce, and they're gonna have it at the 35-yard line on a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag. So a lot going on here in the first 15 seconds.
And none of it would be used in a training film, I'm thinking. Let's see how they get themselves going here. We'll call that a 9-yard penalty because I got to put something down here. The first of the game. Well, let's see if they can get on the same page here. Gossett in the backfield along with Marquise Williams. And they are not very big along the line. They had a couple of really good-looking kids I saw, and they're having trouble getting lined up, and they're going to push the play clock here, and I think they finally got squared away. That's
now we're going to have a penalty. I think we're going to have an illegal shift or a false start. So Bruce and Kelly penalty flag again.
Actually, you could have taken your pick there because I think it was an illegal formation. The kid they were trying to get lined up, he came in as a tight end, and they already had a wide receiver to the far side who was covering the tackle. That would have been 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, and that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Now, I want to share a thought from our buddy Mike Mawson watching at home after this play, because it's a really good point that he's making. Now, 1st and 15 as they back it up. Hodges pitches outside to his tailback, tries to change directions, cut back, and he runs into a wall. Elijah Dickerson, no gain. Now, Mike says it's sad they only have 17 players, but man, they should get some kind of love of the game award to keep showing up outnumbered every week, and to make this kind of trip almost 4 hours says something about their character. So definitely worth noting. I mean, look at that sideline and that stands. Tough group of kids out here for Southeast. 2nd down and 15 now. Early going from our game of the week.
And this is another illegal formation. I doubt they throw the flag, though.
Ball's on the turf again and recovered by DeMott, I believe, at the 20. It's it's Willard DeMott with the fumble recovery at the 21-yard line.
I got to tell you, they're having trouble getting lined up right, turning the right direction. I don't think the quarterback ever really had control of the ball, and he was swarmed under, had no chance whatsoever. So Lakers with a chance in a short field here to pile on early, and we've played 1 minute and 3 seconds and 3 turnovers.
Quick hitter here to Borbet. He's going to cut back across, and there's going to be a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, and Borbet gets caught up and twisted awkwardly. I think you're going to see an illegal block or a hold. That, or it could be a legal man downfield. A lot of things going on.
It was a hold. The officials saw it right away. I didn't see the block itself. But you have to remember, in high school, you watch the NFL on Sundays or Mondays or Thursdays or whenever, you can't be downfield beyond your initial charge. But if in high school and in college, if you throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, then you can have blockers downfield, okay? And that's okay, but you can't do an illegal block. That doesn't give you carte blanche to block illegally. So on top of the 3 turnovers, that's 3 penalties now.
So on 1st and 20, quick hitter into the flat once again. He has Jennings. Jennings up the sideline inside the 20, and he pushed out at about the 15-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 15, picks up all the penalty yardage back and then some.
Jennings is an impressive kid, isn't
he? Yeah, just a sophomore.
You know, turned it right upfield. They throw that side-to-side passes a lot.
Quick hitter here, and he's got his man Deontay Hare to the house for the score. And you're going to see a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag. They're going to get Deontay Hare for the taunt on his way into the end zone, I believe. So we'll wait and see how they mark this one.
That's a dead ball foul. So the touchdown will stand. Hare from 15 yards out.
Unless they called it on the way to the end zone.
Yeah, he's holding the ball out like that. But I saw the official referee call that a touchdown. Now, he may have gotten a chance to speak with his compatriots and say, you know what, he wasn't in the end zone yet, although the official right there in front of it called it a touchdown. I don't know. So the penalty, is that going to wipe out the touchdown? We'll have to wait and see. Looking
No,
over.
when he raised his hand like that, I believe that indicates dead ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really taunting there. To me, it was like, hey, I want to make sure I get the ball.
So the touchdown stands as you see Deontay Hare celebrate.
The penalty came after the touchdown.
But I think now, okay, they're just throwing the flag back to the official. But I'm sure that it's been mentioned to him, hey, don't do that again. Got away with it once, maybe. I don't see, if you're going to throw the flag here, I don't see how you allow the play to stand.
Maybe on the kickoff. So the extra point for DeMont is up and good in just a minute, 29 into this one. The Lakers, 2 takeaways and 2 touchdowns. They lead 14-0.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back here on Lake TV as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam, and out in full regalia, the Camdenton student section.
Just down below us, love to see the kids having a good time. So you're right, they're going to move the kickoff back to the 25-yard line. Actually, now they'll march it off. So here in the first 1 minute and 29 seconds, we have had 3 turnovers and 4 penalties.
Does the onside kick recovery count as a turnover?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how you rule that. You would know better than I do. But yeah,
it's
I mean,
a fumble.
It's 3.
A muff would only come in and play, and that's still a turnover if the other team recovers.
This time, Durnan kicks it and again goes out of bounds. And this is going to be even worse because this should put it at midfield based on the 15-yard backing up for the other unsportsmanlike conduct. But we'll see what the officials do here on this Bruce and Kelly penalty flag.
They're going with a 35. So Camdenton, 4 penalties, 2 of those kicking the ball out of bounds. And I tell you what,
I don't think the officials know either.
Well, it's probably not something that comes up every day of the week. Now, one official is saying that that's got to go forward. You called it, William. That would have never have occurred to me. But one of the officials, and not the white hat, was saying that's got to go to midfield. One thing we noticed here with Southeast is they're having an awful time getting lined up correctly.
And getting the snap exchange. 2 plays from scrimmage, 2 turnovers.
Hodges is a junior, the quarterback. Boy, everybody was moving. I think Camdenton was going first.
Yeah, I don't think you could punish the poor Southeast team for that, can you?
I thought that they were, that's a good call. I thought they jumped first. And of course, Southeast reacted to that.
Derek Brown watching in Osage Beach, and George Hessenbrook watching from Placid Lakes, Florida. Now, comment below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook and let us know where you're tuning in from. Our friend Megan Albers back at the studio letting us know who's tuning in. So 1st and 5 now. A lot of penalties here in the early going, Mike.
Yes, no doubt. Hey, a clean play.
Oh, handoff goes nowhere. Stopping
blow the whistle.
that.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do
Elijah
that.
Dickerson, a little extra as Marquise Williams gets the carry, and he loses 4 yards.
They're going to actually going to stop his minus program. Let's see, we had an offside, so it was actually a loss of 2.
That's Elijah Dickerson's 11th tackle for a loss so far this season. He came in leading the Lakers, or tied with Paul Muff at 10 tackles for a loss, and Muff is not dressed. I see him down on the sideline in his letter jacket. So
yeah, and Cedarwall's out as well too. He had a kind of brace on his arm.
Here's a little play action trying to get outside, and Dickerson and Jennings clean him up. Hodges on the option. He faked the handoff, tried to get outside Mike, but just did not have the speed to beat the edge pursuit. Great job defensively for Camdenton, and you got to feel for Southeast because, man, that edge speed, Camdenton, they're not as big as a lot of lines you see, but they're so quick. You're going to beat them out the edge.
Bringing some other kids. We see Daniel Jarquin. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Number 55 in the game, defensive lineman, defensive end.
So 3rd and 11 now, play clock inside of 5. Hodges takes the snap. He's going to throw backwards. That's actually a run here for Williams. Tries to get up to midfield, does, and then taken out late. Now we're going to see Bruce and Kelly. No, we didn't. I thought the official threw a flag. I stand corrected. So after about a 3 or 4 yard gain, brings up 4th down and 7. Ball's at the 47-yard line.
That's the first positive play for Southeast. And remember, this was 1st and 5 at one time. Now it's 4th and 7.
And hard to believe, still just 3 minutes and 7 seconds into this game. Camdenton leads 14-0, and here on 4th down and 7, Southeast has Hodges.
That's an illegal formation.
Yeah, and the Bruce and Kelly penalty flag is thrown, and now trying to get outside is Williams, and he'll be stopped, so the penalty will be declined, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Camdenton will hold on to it, or they'll take back over, rather, at their own 46-yard line, 1st down and 10.
It was a legal formation. They did not cover the tackle on the right side. The wide receiver split out wide right, has to be on the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's basic stuff there, man. I don't know. So Camdenton again will have, I don't know, this is their 3rd possession, I guess you'd call it. Good effort by Williams to reverse his field, but wasn't anywhere to go, and the flag was going to kill it anyway.
So Camdenton back out there on offense now. Yeah, you say 3rd possession, but really the 2nd time we've seen their offense out there. Durnan now 1st and 10 out of the gun, high snap. He brings it in. DeMott able to elude the first thing, and lucky just to stay on his feet before getting past the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down upcoming.
Yeah, he was running with his chin almost parallel with the ground there. They were blitzing, and it happened to be right in the spot. Good job by DeMott to elude that first tackler running in on the blitz.
Clean pocket now, throws Hare, back shoulder, good placement, tries to make the first guy miss, still on his feet up to the 35-yard line for a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, a 17-yard connection from Durnan to Hare, and the Lakers now inside enemy territory, 1st and 10 at the 35.
Yeah, just all kinds of times to throw, and with those receivers for Camdenton, somebody is going to be open.
Durnan high snap, fields it one hand. The pocket collapsing. Durnan going to keep it. Does well to stay on his feet and pick up 1st down yardage, or real close to it. They're going to give him 9, mark him out at the 26, but slow developing and really tough play for Carson Durnan.
And it looks like Southeast is going to be blitzing somebody in pretty much every play, but a great job by number 64, Seth Kessler. Court awareness here, realizing that his quarterback was being pressured from behind. Just got in the guy's way and made it a very positive game.
Quick hitter here to Hare now. He's got green grass in front of him. Lowers the helmet, and inside the 10-yard line, Deontay Hare down to the 9. A Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and another big hitter. Deontay Hare, the receiver of choice here in the 1st quarter thus far. It's his 3rd or 4th catch already. He has a touchdown in the early going inside. The Price and Randall injury attorneys are the Lakers. 1st down and 10. Willard DeMott gets the carry. Bounces off the first guy. Now cuts inside, tries to get outside. still on his feet. Willard DeMott is fighting and finally taken down at the 2-yard line. A tough 6-yard run for DeMott.
Yeah, he may be listed at 150, but he's stronger now. What a good football player.
So the Lakers go quick here. 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Right back to DeMott, this time into the end zone for the score. Willard DeMott for the 7th time this year to pay dirt for a rushing touchdown. The Lakers go up 20-0 with 7:04 left here in the first quarter.
So DeMott gets to pad his scoring total here. He's already got 8 points on the night. And this will be 9 if he can get this extra point up and through.
The hold is down. The kick is up. And it is true. So 7:04 left in the first. It's all Camdenton. They lead 21-0.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week, brought to you by our friends at Poly Lift Boat Lifts. The Lakers out to a fast start. They've already got a turnover on downs, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 they took back to the house. They lead big 21-0 here in the early going. And as bad as you feel for Southeast, Mike, you get a sense this is exactly what Camdenton needed in regards to heading into the playoffs with something to be excited about.
Yeah, and keep kids healthy too. That's a spinner. Look at that thing. That's the 3rd one to get out of bounds. That had an odd spiral type spinning on its axis.
And I got to figure that out. I mean, I know that it hasn't come back to haunt them thus far, but 3 kickoffs, 3 illegal procedure penalties brought to you by Bruce and Kelly Real Estate Team with Remax Lake of the Ozarks. So 2 35-yard starts. And, of course, the midfield start. They botched the opening kickoff, so special teams been a bit of a nightmare here for the Lakers, just 4 minutes and 56 seconds in.
And Durnan usually blasts that thing at least to the goal line. Okay, lined up correctly this time. Good start.
And Elijah Dickerson on the hard count jumps off. Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, a free 5, and sloppy early going here for Camdenton. Even with this big lead, Mike, there's some sloppy.
7 penalties here, and we played half of a quarter here. By the way, I do have a score for you. Sherwood leading Versailles 8-0 in the first quarter.
And St. Francis Borgia out in front over Osage 9-0 in the second quarter. That score courtesy of our friend Michelle Eastman, who's from Washington at the game tonight. So 1st down and 5. Hodges takes the snap. Here comes some pressure, taking a shot into the flat, and that is knocked away. Good play defensively by Bowen. He had interception on the brain.
Yeah, Zachariah Gossett was the intended receiver, and that was a wing and a prayer. They were hoping something good would happen on that throw. Good coverage by Camdenton. You knew it was going to be man-to-man on the outside when you blitz that many up the middle. Again, we're seeing some different kids in the game already. Levi Lehman, a senior, getting some playing time here, playing safety.
And Lucas Roth in there, top of your screen, checks in as well. So for Camdenton, 2nd and 5, here's the handoff for the Knights, and Dickerson once again a TFL, his 2nd or 3rd of the night already. That backs the Knights up 3rd down and 10, another 5-yard loss on 2nd down.
We had a different running back that time. That was Cameron Burton getting the carry. Burton getting his first carry of the night and loses the yard. Again, Southeast has only had 2 positive plays here, 4 and a 2-yard carry.
So 3rd down and 10 now after that play. Backs him up So 3rd down and 10 from the 35-yard line, out of the gun. Hodges, look out. He tries to screen. Nice design on the play. Trying to get some room is Williams, and he's going to be sandwiched and taken down after about an 8-yard gain. But nice patience from Hodges, gets rid of it at the perfect time. And the screen goes for about 7 or 8, Mike.
Yeah, when you're setting up that center screen, you want the guys to filter through. You don't want it to look like the third day of the running of the Bulls coming in there. And he did a good job just flipping that over the top, and positive gain.
So 4th down and 3. They keep the offense out there. I don't know if they punt the football.
Yeah, at this point, it's 21-0 in the first quarter. Go. I don't think that's a legal formation.
A little delayed draw, not going to work. Stretching out for it and not going to get it.
Gossett.
So Gossett, the 1-yard gain, another turnover on downs forced by the Lakers. They get it at the 43-yard line with a 21-point lead. 5.5 remaining here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, a banged-up Southeast team. They dress 17 tonight. They get here to Camdenton about 6:15. Not been a good start for them. The Lakers have it 5:28 left here in the first quarter.
Wow. Was he onside?
Yeah, great timing. Yeah. They're now taking a shot, looking for DeMott, and just couldn't get on the same page as his quarterback. Under pressure, that was Gossett coming in there. Timed the snap count just perfect. And Durnan was under duress, so that's why him and DeMott couldn't connect. So 2nd down and 10 now, and that blitz, we're going to see that, right? They like to send somebody.
Yeah, I'm sure they saw some of the film from last week.
Dickerson into the flat. He's got it. Look at Elijah Dickerson still on his feet all the way down to the 21-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 22 officially. So a 20-yard Beck Wellness first down, and the Lakers knocking on the door again. And nothing fancy there, just taking what the defense gives you, and these shifty, quick receivers for the Lakers making the Knights pay. Darn it. Clean pocket, takes a shot into the end zone. Machino wide open and just couldn't go get it a little out of his reach. Durnan and Machino, they've connected 5 times this year. They couldn't connect there.
Yeah, Michael came out of his break and slowed down just a little bit, and I think that's what threw the timing of the play off. It didn't take much. And
yeah, sometimes a wide receiver and a quarterback look like the perfect marriage. On that play, Mike, they actually look like a real marriage.
Let's hope it's that way for Andre Hopkins.
There is a good throw to Borbay, who's still on his feet. Now cuts back across, and penalty flag comes down, and Borbay into the end zone for the score. Owen Borbay from 22 yards out to pay dirt. And it's going to be a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, but I think it's a horse collar, and it didn't matter because it didn't stop the senior. Owen Borbay, we highlighted him in the pregame, and there's why. 22 yards. Watch him work right here.
Yeah, there's some Viking fans that wish that official had been at their game last night. Yeah, the kid, I think, realized it was 2 flags came in. I think the kid realized and let go immediately. That's the reason Borbay was able to keep his balance and finish the run.
And look at all the room he had when he caught that bubble screen. I mean, it was just a check down option, and no one within 10 yards of him. These guys are tough to tackle in the open field. So that's the 4th touchdown here in the first quarter. The Lakers up big. DeMott to attempt the extra point. It's up and it's good. He remains perfect on the night, and the Lakers out in front, 28-0. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
Back here on Lake TV. Thanks for tuning in for our game of the week. We're in Camdenton, where the Lakers off to a fast start tonight. They lead 28-0, looking to improve to 5-4. It would be the fifth occasion this year they've watched their record evened. Sorry, the fourth time they've had the record evened, only to watch them go right back a game over 500. And what a kick that is for the touchback.
But they had that same odd axis spiral on it that the others have had. It just stayed in bounds. That was a pretty gutsy play by the kid back there, Williams, to watch that thing continue to bounce, because that could have gone anywhere.
That was happening in warm-up too.
Really?
I was down there talking to Coach Pitts, and he was down there at the 40, off the tee, trying to kick it through the field goal post, and it kept having it looked like my golf swing. Kept coming off and just having this crazy hook or draw on it. And so, yeah, he's having a hard time, it looks like, catching it cleanly, because there's some English or backspin or something on it. So they'll start from the 20, that being southeast, 1st and 10. 4:49 left here in the first quarter. They're hoping to get something going offensively. That is bobbled and then picked up. That's thrown into the flat, and that's going to be dropped. Oh, finally, something goes the direction of the Knights, and Zachariah Gossett couldn't bring it in. Credit to Willard DeMott, who did get his hands up, waving them around like he just didn't care. May have caused Gossett to lose concentration, but that's a play you got to make for your quarterback.
Yeah, when your quarterback hangs in there and throws it under big-time pressure and puts it on the numbers, you gotta help your quarterback out.
And DeMott didn't even do so much, waving him around, just a drop. So 2nd down and 10 now. Pretty good weather tonight, Mike.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Take this every day of the week on 2nd and 10 now. Here's Hodges to pitch outside. Great blocking. And then a good piece of open field tackling coming from his secondary position. Drake Schiefelbein, the senior.
Yeah, that was a good-looking run. I thought he had a cutback lane as well, too. But, you know, it's a positive play for Southeast, and those have been few and far in between here.
For Southeast, I wonder if they're independent or if they play in a district. I wouldn't think so. That they're part of a
Well, they're in a district for sure. They'll play at Smithville next week.
Okay, so that answers that. 3rd down now. Clean pocket. Here's the slant, and almost picked off. It was underthrown. Trying to make the play defensively was Caton Bowen. Falls incomplete. 4th down and 6. Upcoming from their own 24-yard line.
Good pressure from Johnny Seamow. So I don't guess they're just planning on kicking ever, although somebody is dropping back a little deeper now, since the ball is on their own 24-yard line.
Give a shout out to Dustin Lee Edwards, watching from Eldon, Missouri tonight.
And they're having an awful time getting lined up here.
Kevin Hornick watching as well. Thanks for tuning in, Kev. And so, yeah, 4th down and 6. This is the first time we've seen that punt formation. That is going to be disastrous. And then falling on it inside his own 9 is Trey Thomas. And so the Lakers will have it 1st and goal at the 9-yard line to start this possession. They have it inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone to start. And from bad to worse for Southeast.
Well, I guess it was a smart play at the end. He realized he wasn't going to be able to cover it cleanly. Now, I bet they wish they went ahead and went for it.
St. Francis Borgia leading Osage 16-0 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter of that game. That score update comes from Andrew Evans in the truck. So 3:42 left in the first quarter. 1st and goal. Durnan out of the gun. Machino in motion. Takes the snap, tries to get outside. Michael Machino, the sophomore, to the end zone for the 9-yard touchdown run. That's Machino's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And Camdenton up big here in the first quarter, 34-0. The sophomore, we talked about him in pregame. That was great blocking out there. I believe you had DeMott and Deontay Hare out there.
Caden Bowen was the guy who just rode his guy all the way into the end zone. And I think we saw for the first time the Southeast just kind of quit on a play. Man, William, at what point do you call off the dogs? I mean, you can't tell your kids to go out there and not try to do positive things, but this is crazy.
There's Michael Machino, who puts the Lakers up 35-0 with his 9-yard rushing touchdown right here on Lake TV.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself. You need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Back here on Lake TV as you get a look at the Camdenton Lakers sideline. Hey, there's KB on the sideline. And then, of course, all the Lakers and their coaches. Camdenton up front, or out in front here. 35-0, still 3.5 left in the first quarter.
Well, getting another update for Versailles. They're down 16-0, but they've had 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. There you go.
Durnit's kick fielded at the goal line, and it'll be returned by Hodges. Across the 20, tries to get outside, and then he'll be pushed backwards and goes down at the 21 or 22-yard line.
What a good tackle there by Braden Burns. And Drake Schiffelbein, excuse me. Now, again, you got Osage down 16-0. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. So the 8-0 record for Borgia is a little legit.
So 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Pretty nice return from Hodges.
Yeah. Very decisive.
Camdenton now shifting things up defensively. Trying the screen into the flat. No one there, but Camdenton, dangerous play falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Good pressure from Russell Colburn. He was unblocked. And I think he sensed the center screen there, kind of slowed up and was thinking containment on the quarterback, and quarterback just wisely throws it away.
So 2nd down upcoming now, and it's an absolute beautiful evening. And if you notice the fall foliage around the lake on your way in, of course, you've got a breathtaking view for that as Hodges now empty backfield. Takes the snap, pocket starts to close, has his man. That's a completion for 1st down yardage across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. So a Beckwell in the center 1st down as Gossett brings it in. So a quick shout out here to our staff: Andrew Evans, Spencer Wall, Devin Humiston filling in for David Leatherberry tonight on the top angle camera operator. Sean Kober on the field giving you all these great field angles you see all the time on screen. Sierra Smith in the truck. Michelle Kitchen, Chris Schneider, and Megan Albers rounding out our team. Of course, I'm sitting next to Hall of Famer Mike Bissell up here, and 1st down and 10. Williams, violent collision, and he'll be sandwiched between a slew of Lakers to bring up 2nd down. But nice play on that 1st down completion on the play before to Gossett, Mike.
Yeah, it was. And again, we're seeing Russell Colburn, who got good pressure in on the quarterback. Carter Kuhn also in the game now for the Lakers, another senior.
So 2nd down, and we'll say 11 after the 1-yard loss. Out of the shotgun, 4 receivers split. It's going to be a handoff to Williams, and he's got good yardage up to the 40. Give him 5 yards and bring up 3rd down and 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, nice little jump cut as he took the handoff, slanting off left tackle, and was able to get a little bit of a hole there, and that's a good positive gain.
So, they're going to say Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, and it's going to be false start. I was going to say, I don't know if Camdenton actually came across the line of scrimmage, as DeMott had jumped, but not real far.
Yeah, gave him the old Neil Smith there. Back in the day, he would do that little raise up thing just before the snap until they kind of made that illegal.
You notice any more quarterbacks get away with that crazy like arm motion and head pump sometimes that or the tackles even will lift their heads sometimes before the play starts. And it's like, if a defender would jump, they'd absolutely have to call that false start, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Would you be brave enough as a lineman to just jump believing they would?
Well, Juwan Taylor does almost every play. The quarterback gets whacked.
Hit and almost intercepted on the play, knocking it away was Scheifelbein, and it's going to fall incomplete, bring a 4th down and long.
Good pressure by Jack Fisher getting in there, really getting in on the quarterback. Had kind of a free run there. And again, he was playing containment, good clean play.
And he did a good job not driving the quarterback to the ground. You see that such a point of emphasis anymore. Back in the day, you get an open lane to the quarterback right that even if you know he gets rid of it, Mike, you are making him pay the price, right?
Yeah.
All your body weight, that's what you coach. Not anymore.
You can't do that.
The game has changed so much, and probably for the better.
And there's some, and apparently going for on 4th down here.
Yeah, 4th down and 11, Southeast from their own 35-yard line. But what can you do, Mike? Down 35-0 here in the early going, and that one's going to be passed across right up the middle for nothing. And a big shout out to our man Wayne Birch once again hooking us up with pizza here. Oh, how about that, Mike?
I'll be back in a minute.
That's a full-fledged Canadian bacon Domino's, baby.
I'm in, man.
So that's like the 3rd turnover on downs already here in the first quarter. 55 seconds, and the clock will run now. 35 points in the first half.
Oh, they do that? Okay.
Well, they stop now, so maybe not.
Yeah, I think it's second half. I mean, I'd be all for it if in the first half.
And you've seen teams agree just to pack it in at half. Here's Jennings now on the wide receiver screen. Makes the first couple of guys miss, and Cole Jennings off to the races all the way down to about the 10-yard line. And the Lakers pouring it on here. There is a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag sitting at the 33-yard line. So we'll wait to see what they indicate. This one appears to be coming back, Mike.
That's a shame. 27-yard gain there for Jennings. Holding on the Camdenton Lakers, and that's going to be penalty number 8.
Yeah, it's a
ouch.
Costly one. Will back them up to about a 2nd down and 16 based on where the penalty flag lies. So you look at this up 35-0, still in the first quarter, and you asked the question, like, when do you call off the Dogs? Well, not in the first quarter, apparently, because Camdenton's still coming out, those quick hitters. And what I would think is you saw that struggle last week, right, against Cap City. They kind of cut that off. Camdenton, that's a lot of their identity on offense. And so maybe they didn't feel like they were executing something on their end.
Again, timing the blitz.
And here's Jennings now making defenders miss. And Cole Jennings with that next level speed all the way down to the 8-yard line. Wow, a 35-yard connection. And that is a Beck Wellness Center first down. And it puts the Lakers back inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. And, I mean, look at the speed here from Cole Jennings.
Yeah, he hit another gear here. Gets the block on the corner. Sees that gap and kicks it in. A couple of the linemen were just cruising down there. Was surprised to see him take off like that.
First down and goal. Durnan over the middle to the end zone for the score. Back to Jennings, I believe.
Don't know. There wasn't a lineman really right on the goal line.
That should have been a score. Of course, yeah, not being able to see it.
Yeah, they're going to call it.
Okay. Yeah, Cole Jennings caught it a yard into the end zone and then pushed out. So it's a score for the 2nd time of the season. And I like the fact he makes the play, go right back to the sophomore and allow him to score. So Cole Jennings got his first receiving touchdown a week ago on the year, and that's his 2nd in consecutive games now.
Well, DeMott's going to have to ice that kicking leg down tonight.
Yeah, the next attempt for the PAT is good. So the Camdenton, big time. First quarter, they put 42 points on the board and lead Southeast 42-0.
I regret to inform you that Jason was killed in a car crash today. This is one of the hardest parts of our jobs, so we're doing everything we can to end crashes on Missouri roadways. Starting January 1st, we'll be writing tickets for cell phone use while driving. This includes sending or reading texts, taking photos or videos, or watching your phone while driving. Let's make our roads safer together. Time is up on distracted driving. Time is up on tragedies.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car, did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price and Randall, injury attorneys.
Back here on Lake TV, where it's all Lakers, just 5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Lakers up 42-0. So 5 seconds remaining. This kickoff might do it, although we've seen Durnan kick it out 3 of the 5 kickoff attempts tonight so far, and he's also had a touchback. So we'll see here as Durnan gets into it. High end over end kick. That's more like Durnan fielded at about the 1 yard line by Southeast. The return tries to go cross field across the 20 and out at about the 23-yard line for Rashad Fleck, the junior, and that's where Southeast starts with it. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. So another nice return. They get 23 on the last one, 24 this time, and Southeast now starts 1st and 10 as we get another look at it here on our Crown Power and Equipment. And that's how your first quarter concludes with the score: Camdenton 42, Southeast 0.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, Rough Water Dock, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back here on Lake TV, where we're set to start the second quarter of play, and as you see, Camdenton out in front big. We're trying to keep an eye on the Osage at St. Francis Borgia game. A lot rides on the outcome of that one in regards to who Osage would host next week in round 1 of the district playoffs. And we are telling you right now, we will be at School of the Osage for the opening round of the district playoffs next Friday night. Looks like they're going to have Holt. There's also a shot they could play Kirksville. Sorry, not Kirksville. It's not Kirksville, is it?
No, Mexico.
Yes, Mexico. Say Kirksville is 8-0. Probably not going to play them that close to them. So first down now. Hodges takes the snap, going to take a shot downfield, airing it out, looking for the receiver. Could have even got pass interference there on the defender.
Lehman face guarding there, just a little chest bump there. The official's right there. He didn't call it. I think that was okay. I think there's probably a lot of stuff that's not going to be called. It's a pretty good pass, actually. Dropped it in there. The receiver just couldn't quite come back to it.
So 2nd down and 10 upcoming. And so you already know it looks like Southeast first round, as they'll probably be the bottom of that district. So their first round matchup is determined. They're going to be at Smithville rather. So 2nd down and 10 now from the 25. Hodges rolls to his right, throws across his body. He was looking for target Gossett, incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. And Gossett has had a couple of grabs and made a nice first down play, but couldn't connect there. Quarterback and receiver. Hodges just a junior. Wonder how much football he's seen. And we know that Southeast program, you said, been there for a while, but definitely been down the last few years. And only got 6 games on the schedule, and I don't know if that would be to.
Well, normally I would talk and find out about things like that, but the coach was gracious enough just to stop and give me starters, and I could tell that he had other things on his mind, so I just let it go at that. But yeah, that's something we normally would know.
So 3rd down and 10. Southeast now. Love to keep the offense out there, but the problem is offense is defense and special teams. Just 5 guys, 5 or 6 on the sideline. Ball's on the turf, picked up by Hodges, rolls to his right now. Nice little stutter step, then picks up his own fumble. And here's Hodges now, lowers his head and pays the price. Willard DeMott delivers the boom. And
that was quite a play. Could have been double dribble, but they let it go. No, 8-yard pickup there. Just
fumble picked up.
Well, he dribbled once there, and then he'll dribble again here. See, that's double dribble, man.
Well, you got to get him for the travel first then.
Okay. That was a pretty gutsy run there to get something out of that.
Yeah, he gets 8 yards, but he pays the price. Willard DeMott lowered the boom, Mike. So 4th down, or I guess they're going to say 3rd down and 2. Should be 4th down and 2.
For Sales with their 5th turnover in the first half. And the injuries for that team, it just...
There they go. Now 4th down and 2.
Okay. I think it really doesn't change anything for Southeast here, does it?
Just if you get stopped for a no-yard gain, you don't keep the football. But play call, no. I think you're going right up the middle on 4th and 2. And then we saw that jump step earlier, Mike. Hope you can make the first guy miss, right? They're going to go to the front man. It's Gossett, and Gossett does. Lowers his head, and he gets a Beck Wellness Center first down. Zechariah Gossett, all heart there. Keeps those legs churning, Mike, and a Beck Wellness Center first down for Southeast.
Jack Fisher and others in on the tackle. Got a lot of starters out of the game right now for Camdenton. Cole Jennings is playing some defense as well, too. Daniel Jarquin in on the tackle for the Lakers. Oh, Camdenton here in the first half of play. The craziest start to a football game that you'll ever see. I know that.
Yeah. Understatement, maybe. This 35-yard line, 1st and 10, Southeast now. Hodges as Williams on the direct handoff tries to get outside, and look at Jennings, trips him up. Good open field tackling, and that's a sophomore, Cole Jennings.
Yeah, just stayed, kept leverage on the outside, and I was kind of worried for Williams there carrying the ball on the inside arm, but he was able to hold on to it as he was spun down for a short loss there.
Yeah, Cole Jennings been everywhere tonight. He's got the receiving touchdown, the long catch. He's got a 15-yard catch down in the red zone earlier. He's having quite the first half, is the sophomore.
Had a big one called back, too, on a hold.
Now, 2nd down and 11 now. It's going to be behind the receiver. That's going to be a fumble. Ball still on the ground. And that is going to be recovered by the Lakers as Dickerson. Now he pitches it back to Bowen. Bowen takes it out, and I bet Par Pitt's probably not going to love the fun Travis Kelce style play of 42-0, very nearly giving the football back to Southeast, Mike.
Yeah, but you know,
you want it to be fun, right?
Yeah, and that would have been Bowen's 2nd touchdown of the night. That's something. Yeah, he was looking for somebody to give it off to all through that play. I think we're going to see Machino. No, Durnan's coming back out.
Yeah, and as a senior, probably your last game here at the jaws of death. Do you see any harm or any shame in maybe letting him play the game and put up some numbers? I mean, you don't want to hurt your opponent. You know, you don't want to put it to him. But this kid, been a big part of this program the last 4 years, and start thinking about that as the game winds down for these kids, right? Is this my last time playing here?
Yeah, it hits you hard. I know that.
And here's Durnan now under pressure. Stiff arm on Gossett, but he's going to go down. Loses yardage as Zechariah Gossett in on the stop.
Yeah, that was a busted play. Somebody went the wrong direction there. I think they were trying to do a zone read of some sort there. Actually, they're very generous about how much yardage he lost. I thought he was driven back quite a bit there. He was trying to keep the play alive. Just a 2-yard loss.
So 2nd down and 12 from the 15 as Camdenton has it inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone here from the 15. 2nd down and 11. Durnan Looks to his left. Play action now does go out that way. That's hauled in and caught inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8.
Nate Forbes with a catch, and that was a good one, too. I'm not sure that ball was actually intended for him, but he caught the back half of that ball and picks up, about 8.
Yeah, Nate Forbes with a catch in the run. Pretty solid gain all the way down to about the 8 or 9 yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 right there from the 9. Yeah, you don't see the starting receivers out on the field here for Camdenton, Mike.
Cruison's in now.
Up the middle to the house for the score. And that's Levi Lehman, the senior, from 9 yards out with the score. And Camdenton getting the kids in there now as everyone getting an opportunity to contribute.
Yeah, certainly the opportunities have been rather prolific here for Camdenton. So we will have almost certainly continuous clock in the second half. And you talked about Durnan playing in the second half. I'd get him out of there. I mean, you can't risk an injury in a game that was decided about 15 seconds in.
And the extra point for DeMott is good. He's a perfect 7 for 7 tonight. And so Camdenton leads 49-0, 8:46 left in the first half.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdyke Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks. 50 years strong.
Durnan set for the kickoff here. All Camdenton 49-0 over Southeast. So you can look on Mish's website tonight and find out what Rolla did and see if Camdenton does indeed play on the road at Rolla next week. You would think Lebanon would get their win. They're playing a win. There's a good kick. He's got his form down. Gets that just right to the goal line. Here's the return. Blocking breaks down a little bit and then taken out of bounds. Good return by the quarterback. And that is Isaiah Hodges. Good return. Very patient. Worked his way to the outside. And he has to. I bet they really don't like Durnan making tackles on special teams, but that's okay. So Southeast with another possession here. They've had very little positive to build upon here. And we noticed right off the bat that they were having trouble getting lined up correctly. And I think the officials kind of seeing the handwriting on the wall, let them get away with it a few times early on. They did have one positive play that was brought back because they didn't have the tackle covered on one end. Out of the shotgun now on first down from their own 25. Zone read. Nice cutback by the running back. Gets a block from his quarterback and steps outside. Williams. Pretty good gain on first down. Gets up to the 30. Waiting for the marker to see. We'll see 4 yards on that carry by Williams. He's got the most opportunities on the ground. Getting out there for the tackle, Johnny Seamow. Seen a lot of different kids get some playing time here at this point in the game.
I got a question. I wonder, when you don't call those flags, when you go back and watch that game film and you're trying to teach them, right, it could almost serve as a disservice, right?
Could be, yeah, but then you kind of see the thinking behind it too.
And you like to think that the officials are working with them, right? When they say, hey, I didn't call that one, but you didn't cover the tackle that should have been a 5. And as long as you have that going on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Third down and short now.
Make it a learning experience instead of something completely negative.
And the officials understand, right, the situation and what this Southeast team is up against. And, kudos to them. They showed up and they're battling. And I'm telling you, you've seen some fight. I really like Zechariah Gossett. That 4th down and 2 run up the middle was all heart, right? So you're seeing some real individual efforts here by some of these kids, and 3rd down and short.
William, I wait for something bad to happen here. There was some real indecision.
Yeah, you called it. That was a busted play from the start. Goes nowhere, and Willard DeMott, and he's shaking up. Uh-oh, that would be a big blow. Willard DeMott, he looked like he did something to his hamstring, Mike. I hate to speculate, but get another look at it here as DeMott just went down awkwardly here.
Okay. Yeah. Holding that knee. Might have got a helmet on the knee. Do you see him on the sideline?
No, he walked back out onto the field.
Okay.
He didn't give his coaching staff or the trainers an opportunity to notice. We only, courtesy of Sean Cober's camera, right in the action, and this is probably going to be a timeout for Southeast.
They better call it real quick. Yeah, they got it. They got the timeout call.
Yeah, they're going to give them the timeout. So it's 6:20 remaining. Southeast burns a timeout, and we'll take a commercial break.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Back here on Lake TV and set to punt the football. Southeast back to return for Camdenton. Got a couple, so here is the punt. Going to be a good punt fielded by Scheifelbein at the 45, and he's got a lot of room trying to get outside. Now cuts back across, and good piece of tackling. Derek Scheifelbein all the way down to the 42-yard line. Now, Elias, they haven't lost yet this year, right? One. Okay, so they trail 12-0 right before the half. Brock Martin hit a school record 54-yard field goal as time expired going into half to put him on the board.
You know whose record he probably broke?
Who?
John Daly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. John Daly, Elias' own John Daly. And, hey, Cap City, we saw them last week here, right? We know they're at a very tough Quincy team. 28-24, Quincy leads at the half. The teams combined for 4 touchdowns in the final minute 42 of the half. That courtesy of Tony Mullen with KRCG 13.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Nate Forbes late checking in.
So now a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag. It's going to be a legal procedure false start. Backs them up 5. So if there's any negative, right, against Camdenton and Mike, they've been pretty sloppy with the penalty flags.
How about 9?
Wow. Yeah,
of course, 3 of those were kickoffs, but still, that's...
Still hurts you the field position game. Yeah. Would you play at a team like Cap City or Rolla maybe next week? Like, those hurt, right?
Yeah. I mean, you get up so big like this. I mean, the focus has to leave you a little bit.
Durnan now has some of his receivers back in there. That's a bobbled snap. He somehow corrals it. Going to pitch it now underhand as a nice gainer to his target, the little Mahomes. That's Quentin Cruson, the receiver, and that's going to be a 12-yard gain on the little pitch from Carson Durnan.
I'm looking at the wrong roster here, I think. Is that Nate Forbes, number 5?
Fobbs. I don't see
I see the mistake I make. My apologies.
No, you're all good. Here's the quick hitter. That is hauled in, and that's a big gainer by Cruson inside the 20 to the house for the score. Quentin Cruson from 37 yards out, and it's right after he's on the receiving end of the underarm toss from Carson Durnan. How you doing, Quentin Cruson?
Wow, that was impressive. He's pretty happy about it, too, as he comes to the sideline. Good for him.
So 55-0 your score. And at this point, you would think Camdenton might let up just a bit here.
Yeah, but you can't tell your kids to go out there and not play.
Right. There's no solution in these situations. So DeMott now, the extra point is up. And it's good. His perfect night continues. He's 8 for 8 tonight. 5:27 left in the first half. The Lakers up big. You're watching Lake TV's coverage of live high school football.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself. You need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
They're going to try to get a couple of these kids on special teams in the game. Noble Malahan is out there. And number 28, Elijah Southwick. We'll get some others here as we go along, too.
Great name.
Yeah.
Elijah Southwick. I like that. Now, Durden kicks away, and that one much better right back to that goal line. Fielded again by Hodges, the quarterback. Still on his feet, still fighting. And, oh, he takes a tough shot.
Roth there first for the Lakers, and some big-time help by Malahan, who I just called out a moment ago.
Up to the 19-yard line. So this one, well determined at this point. Still 5:17 left in the first half. And, you know, you've seen it, Mike, and I don't mean to be negative, but in these situations, what is the point of playing another half of this outside of stats and records, and you risk injury and just defeating the kids more? You got a 3.5-hour bus ride home after this. Yeah. Do you think the coaches would come together and say, hey, let's just call it a game?
I've never seen that. I don't know, and I understand your point, what you're talking about, but I don't know. It's not a good answer there.
It's a good handoff to Williams, who has pretty solid yardage. And Marquise Williams now across the 40, the best play for Southeast tonight. Williams now all the way down to the 35-yard line. It's a 55-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and all the way down to the 34. We're going to give him 51 officially on the run, and that's the biggest play tonight for Southeast. And what a run for Williams, Mike. He just wouldn't go down, and once he got out of the scrum, he had a lot of green, and there he goes.
Big time block in the back there, but that's okay. Good for them. Give something positive to take away from this game.
That's a big gainer for Williams, and, you know, he'll remember that. Now look, on the other side, you see some students. Uh-oh, look out, off the edge, Bowen in on the quarterback, and Hodges goes down violently. It's a loss of 8, maybe more, all the way back to the 46-yard line. Unblocked and no chance for Hodges on that play.
No, not whatsoever. Another score to pass along. Looks like Eldon is going to lose their final 6 in a row in the regular season. They're down to Boonville 26-7. There's a chance they could turn around and play Boonville again next week. Again, I see how that California Eldon thing kind of works out in the standings.
So second down and long now, Southeast from the 46-yard line of the Lakers. Hodges takes the snap, couldn't get him to jump, and he has Williams here. Tries to hand off outside, and that is a violent hit, delivering the blow. And I think Williams might be shaken up on the stop.
Johnny Seamow, I think, really got the shoulder into him a little bit there.
And he tried to help him up, but Williams is shaken up. So we'll take a commercial break with 3:56 left in the first half after you get another look at this hit on Marquise Williams.
Ooh, I think the helmet kind of slid up on him a little bit too.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car, Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price and Randall, injury attorneys.
Back here on Lake TV with another update. It's been back and forth in this one between Cap City and Quincy. I know that we don't have a lot of Cap City and Quincy fans probably watching, but we got to see Cap City, and I got to tell you, I loved the defensive game plan that Joe Collier brought in here to Camdenton to shut down this Camdenton passing attack, make Carson Durnan uncomfortable, and it was clear from the start that they had Camdenton's number. So when you see a team like that, I always like to keep an eye, and they're keeping it close against the undefeated Quincy team that is a Class 6 school in Illinois.
Oh, I don't doubt it. They've had some great basketball players there over the years. There was a Douglas, I can't think of his first, I keep wanting to say Bruce, but that's probably not right. He was an outstanding player, went to Illinois. They've had some other kids. Now we've got a timeout call.
Yeah, Southeast going to burn their second timeout of the half, so we'll take one more commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week. Camdenton playing host to Southeast from Kansas City. Camdenton out in front big here. Mike, this one all but settled. And for the Lakers, unfinished business, but if you follow us online, we'll try to keep you posted on who all Lake area schools end up getting in that first round. And don't go anywhere following the conclusion of the first half as part of our Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show. We'll have the senior celebration ceremony tonight for you from the jaws of death. Here's the handoff to Williams, a deliberate handoff from quarterback Hodges, and on 3rd and forever, he gets about 2 or 3, going to bring up 4th down and long.
Well, good to see him back in the game for one thing. It's getting the handoff. He's gotten the bulk of the work here in the first half for Southeast. We talked about, calling off the dogs and doing things like that. We had a game up in Kansas City, and for some reason I can't think of the school. And a coach up there I have a great deal of admiration for. Eldon was playing a game on a Saturday afternoon up in Kansas City, and they were good. They had a D1 running back. Eldon was just starting to get their program going. Here's Hodges on 4th down, runs out of the pocket, picks up a block, looking downfield.
Throws and almost had his man. Really a pretty good effort. He was looking for Isaiah Hodges, number 13, which is interesting, the same name as number 15, Isaiah Hodges, but
okay, it might be a typo. But what this coach did in Eldon, it was like 66-0. He didn't have a huge squad, but like for the extra points when it started getting up, just completely out of hand, he would just have a kid take a knee on the extra point. So not to run it up. It's where Marcus Denman, who played basketball.
Hogan Prep.
Hogan Prep. That's the school I was thinking of.
You knew how to get there with me. You knew where my mind is at. You say Marcus Denman. What a player. Not on the same page as his quarterback, Nate Fobbs. Phobes, rather. I stand corrected thanks to the Camdenton PA public address announcer here.
Well, I was saying Forbes. I was just looking at that, assuming something instead of actually reading the word. But that was something that really stuck with me over the years. He was trying to do everything he could to keep from just, running the score further. It's one of those things that really stuck with me.
From Camdenton, they're just coming out firing away. Fobbs once again not on the same page as Durnan. They couldn't connect, so 3rd and 10 now upcoming, and if you're Southeast, you got to love this.
Yeah, they're blitzing almost every play. And Durnan, this very well could be his final possession of the game if you take him out in the second half. Give somebody else some time. See Seamow split wide right now as well, along with Roth.
Quick hit into the flat, nothing doing. Has his target, but nothing doing. So a loss on the play, going to bring up 4th down and long in a punt situation here for Camdenton. Haven't seen a lot of those, if any, as Cruson brings it in, but nothing doing. So 4th down and 13.
And doing the punting here will be Phobes, it looks like, number 5. They're not really sending anybody back deep.
Durnan stays on the field, which is kind of peculiar.
Wow.
Pretty good punt by Fobbs. That's going to be fielded, and a nice job fielding it cleanly and staying on his feet. That's number 10 for Southeast, Rashad Fleck. Wow, I'm not sure.
Catch that?
That's what I want to know. He got popped.
Cole Lane and others down there on the tackle for the Lakers. So we're down to 1:58 left in the first half. Again, everybody else has probably already started their second half. But we're still here because we had so many penalties and so much scoring in the game. A lot of turnovers back and forth. But it'll go much quicker in the second half.
You're not kidding. 56-point lead for the Lakers. And Hodges now takes the snap, and that is Williams, actually, who gets it. And he's going to be sandwiched between DeMott and another Laker. But fortunate for Southeast that they hold on to possession as the snap went directly to Williams.
He seemed very surprised by that. Colburn, who's been in on a lot of tackles, number 51, stepped in there quickly. He's getting all kinds of penetration along with DeMott. Are we going to get through to the half here without any other excitement?
I don't know. You could think. 2nd down and 14 now. Crowd quiet here. Not a lot of excitement in a game like this, Mike, when it's determined so early. You don't expect the crowd to be real loud. Little play action now as Hodges had Williams and pulls it. Oh, he takes a shot on the edge. Bowen comes in. Caden Bowen, he's having an evening tonight and delivers another big hit.
Boy, that was a violent collision. Man, oh man. He just didn't, actually came right off of one of his blockers, that's Hodges, and just did not see the tackle for Camden come up and make that hit. Wow. Wind's picking up a little bit here, cooling off quite a bit.
And this will be potentially the play clock, turned off. So potentially the final play of the first half. It's 3rd down and long. Throws over the middle. He's looking for his man. That's intercepted by DeMott, his 5th of the season. Willard DeMott now inside the 40. Cuts back across and taken down from behind. Willard DeMott with the interception, his 5th of the season. His team lead, 5th of the season. Takes it back to the 21-yard line. And it looks like Zechariah Gossett got tripped up and just did not get to the football.
He did. He just stumbled a little bit and ended up going all the way to the ground, and DeMott's not going to miss the opportunity to pick that one off.
And a 25-yard return after the interception.
You know what I'd love to see here? I'd see Durnan take a knee. Just take a knee. If he gets up under center, that's what's going to happen. Nope. Okay, here we go.
Well, you and I don't get to make the calls. Here is Shufflebine inside the 10, inside the 5, still on his feet and goes down at about the 8-yard line. So that's how the first half concludes. Your score, Camdenton 56, Southeast 0. We'll take a 5-minute break and be back with your Hedges Scott Millard. A halftime show. We'll have your senior night presentation right here from the Jaws of Death after this.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center. Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, Rough Water Dock, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
To win at the Jaws of Death Bob Shore Stadium, it takes preparation, dedication, and grit. At Rough Water Dock, we've put that same mindset into our business for more than 30 years. Winning 5 state championships doesn't happen by chance, and you shouldn't take a chance when it comes to protecting your investment on the Lake of the Ozarks. Choose the best. Choose Rough Water Dock, your full-service dock builder at the lake. Local, family-owned and operated, and proud supporter of the Camdenton Lakers. At Rough Water Dock, we like it rough.
In others, they prepare meals or secure meals for game day or Thursday. They raise money for food, flags, banners, more banners, camps, or whatever the next thing is. They work to provide a great experience for their kids. Join us in a big thank you to all the chefs, chauffeurs, and marketers out there masquerading as senior parents. Our first senior tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Number 0, Caden Bowen. Caden is with his parents, Anna and Kenny Bowen. Caden has been involved with football and track in his high school career and is planning to go to tech school. Number 0, senior Caden Bowen. Our next senior, number 1, Deontay Hare. Deontay is with his parents, Catherine Noel. Deontay has been involved with football, basketball, and track during his Lakeland career. And he would like to, if possible, attend a college for football or major in health science. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Deontay Hare. Our next senior, number 5, Nate Bowles. Nate is here with his mother, Jessica Gilmore, stepdad, Grant Gilmore, grandparents, Paul, Kathy Howell. His involvement in high school has been with the football program, and he would like to continue to play football in college. Number 5, Nate Bowles. Our next senior Laker, number 8, Willard DeMott. Willard is with his parents, Travis and Amy DeMott. Willard was a 2023 All-Ozarks second team defensive end and kicker. He was All-Southwest Missouri Football Association Defensive Honorable Mention and Central Mississippi Media All-District First Teamer Kicker. He has been involved in school with the FCA, the FBLA at North, and the NAES. His plan for after graduation is to attend college or university to study how to become a millionaire or in business finance. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, senior Willard DeMott. Our next senior athlete, number 11, Carson Durden. Carson is with his parents, Bryce and Jill Durden. Carson has been involved in the football program for 4 years and was all-conference in 2023. He's also involved in baseball for 4 years, all-conference 3 times, all-state in 2023, all-district in 2023. Carson also played basketball for 2 years and is in the National Honor Society. He plans on attending Wichita State University to play baseball. Go Sox! Ladies and gentlemen, senior Carson Durden.
Shocker.
Our next senior athlete, number 14, Owen Borbet. Owen is with his father, Edwin, and mother, Liz. Owen's been involved at Camdenton High School in the basketball program and has been the captain of the program. He's also a track and field state qualifier and is a member of FCA. After graduation, Owen plans to attend college and major in exercise science. Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, senior Owen Borbet. Our next athlete is number 17, Drake Shipleby, who is with his parents, Crystal and Ben, And during his career at Camdenton High School, he's been involved with varsity wrestling, bell canto, and he's, after graduation, going to OTC for welding. Number 17, Drake Schiffelding. Our next senior, number 25, Levi Lehman. Levi is with his mom and dad, Ryan and Melissa Lehman. During his career at Camdenton, he played varsity baseball, and he's in the freshman mentor program. Levi plans on majoring in sports management. Ladies and gentlemen, senior, number 25, Levi Lehman. Our next senior athlete, number 32, Brady Mills. He's with his dad, Russ, his mom, Amy, and sisters, Josie and Bo. Brady's been involved with wrestling, football, and the A-plus program. Brady plans to attend OTC in Springfield, and then moving on to a university, where he will explore his interest in physical therapy and sports rehab. Our next senior athlete, number 41, Sterling Cedarwall. He's with his parents, Stacy and Dawn. He's been involved with football and the golf team and plans on attending OTC. Number 41, senior Sterling Cedarwall. Our next athlete, number 51, senior Russell Colburn. He's with his mom and dad, Stephanie and Eddie. And during his career at Camdenton High School, he's been involved with the football program, the arts program, and track and field. He plans on attending State Tech Institute after he graduates. Number 51, Russell Colburn. Our next senior athlete, number 55, Daniel Jarquin. He's with his parents, Erica and Aquilino, Jarquin. Captain and Eric Jarquin are his brothers. Daniel's involved with football, was a student advisor, and a potential bowler, and also involved in the A-plus program. He plans on going to OTC to study marketing to travel this summer. Number 55, Daniel Jarquin. Our next senior, number 56, Casey Houston. He's with his dad, Ken, his mom, Heather, sister Kelly, and sister Emma. Jason has taken metal fabrication for 4 years at the LCCC and played football for the Lakers since he was 5 years old. After graduation, Jason plans to attend a welding school to gain skills and certifications for a career in the welding industry. Number 56, senior Jason Houston. Our next senior, number 62, Carter Coon. Carter is here with his mom and dad, Darren and Jackie Coon. Carter has been involved in Laker baseball, A-plus tutoring, and FFA. After graduation, Carter plans to work, then attend college to get a degree in sports analytics. Number 62, senior Carter Coon. Our next senior, number 64, Seth Kessler. Seth is with his mom, Stephanie, and dad, Tim. While at Camdenton High School, he's been involved with football, NHS, A-plus, and potentially bowling, and also a track shooter. After graduation, he plans on going to Missouri S&T to study civil engineering. Number 64, senior Seth Kessler. Our next senior, number 65, LeBron Murrow. He's here tonight with Cornelius and Tiata Campbell, Cornelius Murrow, also with Tiana Walker, Lawrence Murrow, Paisley Young, and Zelina Murrow. While at Camdenton High School, he's been involved with football, basketball, and is a full-time father. Plans after graduation is to attend technical school and further knowledge about HVAC. He plans to work also to get a realtor's license. Number 65, Senior LeBron Morrell. Our next senior, number 70, Cole Lane. He's with his mom and dad, Chris and Katie Lane, brothers Hunter and Easton Lane, and sister Addie Jo Lane. While at Camdenton High School, he's been involved with football for 4 years, and he lettered 2 years lettered in baseball, and lettered 1 year in baseball. And after graduation, he plans to play college football or go to a trade school. And he'd also like to wish happy birthday to his dad today. Happy birthday, Chris Lane. Senior, number 70, Cole Lane. Our next senior, number 74, Gavin Backover. He's here with his mom and dad, Vincent Carey. Gavin has dedicated 10 years to Laker football, and he started as a little hog in the 3rd grade. Gavin plans to attend flight school to become a commercial pilot. Number 74, senior Gavin Beckover.
That's my neighbor with the
Our next senior, number 88, Johnny Seymour. He's with his parents, Jill and Simu. While at Camdenton High School, he's been involved with football, basketball, tennis, and basketball. How you doing, Sean? Good. Johnny plans to go to college to play basketball and train to be a physical therapist. Number 88, Johnny Seymour. And ladies and gentlemen, those are our Laker seniors. Let's give a big round of applause to the seniors and their families.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Back here on Lake TV as we wrap up our Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show. We had our senior ceremony for you as part of our halftime show. And Mike, the first half, 56-0. What do those stats look like through 2 quarters?
About what you'd expect for 56-0. First of all, for the Southeast Knights, Williams had he was the main guy. 14 carries, 69 yards, had that 51-yarder, almost broke that all the way. Hodges was running for his life most of the night, was tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A couple were sacks. 5 carries, minus 21 yards. Burton, 2 for 7. Gossett had 2 for 4. And Thomas had 2 for minus 9. Net yardage from their rushing attack, 50 yards on 25 attempts. They did have 2 fumbles on the first play of the game. Actually, there was a fumble. Anyway, the passing stats, 2 of 11 for Hodges. The catches went to Williams, 1 for 7, and Gossett, 1 for 11, so 18 yards there. 68 yards net from scrimmage in the first half for Southeast. They had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 1 interception, but only 2 penalties for 10 yards. For the Camdenton Lakers, DeMott had 3 carries for 14 yards, a touchdown. Durnan had 2 for 7. Machino 1 for 7. It was also a touchdown. Lehman, who was just introduced here, the senior just moments ago, had 1 carry for 8 yards and a touchdown. 36 yards net from scrimmage for the Camdenton attempts, and they did have 1 fumble. The passing stats on 10 of 14 for Durnan. went to Hare, had 3, and those were all early on. 1 touchdown, 3 for 49. Surprisingly, Machino and DeMott did not have catches. Jennings had 2 for 43, 1 touchdown. Borbe, 2 for 38, 1 touchdown. Dickerson, 1 for 21. Phobes, 2 for 13. Cruson, 2 for 32. And Schiefelbein had 1 for 17. 213 yards passing in the first half for Dernan on 10 of 14. 36 rushing, so 249 from scrimmage for the Lakers. You would think with that many points that total would be a little bit higher, but they had a lot of very short fields to work with. The penalties were concerning, 9 for 87, and again, just the 1 turnover, the fumble.
Wow, 21 yards per completion.
Yeah.
He's averaging, that being Carson Dernan in that first half. And so if you're wondering, you may not get to see a lot of that first string offense. And what I think may happen is their first series, of course, Southeast gets the football first. They may bring their senior offensive players out, let them have 1 series or at least 1 play before they take them out to let the crowd welcome the seniors one last time off the field. But you look at this Camdenton team made up of sophomores and juniors that get a lot of playing time. It's good minutes for them they're going to get here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think it's great that kids who work just as hard in practice, and of course they're probably playing JV ball too, but get a chance to get out on the field in front of the big crowd, you know, and get a taste of what that is like. And as you mentioned, there's so many talented, really, in that sophomore class in particular, that are going to be playing a big part of Coach Pitts' teams here for the next couple of years.
Sure. So we appreciate you tuning in. We're going to conclude tonight's halftime show brought to you by the fine folks with Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes from Camdenton. We'll take this commercial break and be right back with your second half.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Serdike Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks. 50 years strong.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week. We're set for our second half of play. Your score, 56-0 Camdenton out in front. Big here.
I've got a couple of scores to pass along. Sherwood is winning over Versailles in the second half, 24-0. So Versailles will finish up their regular season at 1-8. Scores of interest in this district. Rolla is handling Parkview 28-6. And Lebanon all over Waynesville 43-7. So no help for Camdenton there. So their road most likely is going through Rolla next week.
Yeah,
most likely.
Looks that way. We will keep you posted. But Mike, for Camdenton, you want to be here at home. But look, when this team plays their best football, you had Rockbridge on the ropes, on the road, very nearly knocked them off, only lost 35-30. And of course, that team beat Helias. So we've talked about that. Doesn't always tell the whole story, but what I do know is this Camdenton Lakers team can beat anybody they might see before they would get to the state semifinals.
Yeah, they could. And again, we talked about it in the pregame. You're wiping the slate clean. All your football sins have been absolved, and you get a chance to start over. Hey, I want to make a correction. I had been identifying number 65 off an old roster. That's actually LeBron Morrell, and he had quite a few plays in the first half. LeBron did.
And I didn't correct you either. I apologize. That is correct. Morrell been such a big player for the Lakers, also a senior, honored tonight. So glad to get that squared away as we're set for second half football. And new players in there kicking for Camdenton. Daniel Eisnagel, the sophomore. Avery Stolte in there as well. We've got Ethan Cody.
Fisher Ritchie.
Caton Crossman, among others. So we'll keep those names coming for you as we're underway here in the second half. Good return yardage, a lot of room, and look out here across the 40, and finally tripped up at the 37-yard line. Rashad Fleck starts the second half with a bang for Southeast.
And a touchdown saving tackle by Eisnagel, who was also the kicker on the play, playing safety, and took care of his job.
Yeah, great return. A lot of room, of course, worth noting this year. Reserve coverage team, but a big play to start the second half for Southeast.
You would almost like to see them score.
Yeah, and just because, you know, Mike Mawson alluded to it earlier, just these are tough circumstances, Mike. And you know, 3.5 hours on the road down to this game.
In a bus.
The likelihood that we're going to win aren't great. 15 seconds into this game, you already knew the outcome wasn't going to be great. So you would love to see him score. These poor kids, they're battling, Mike. This is not easy, and here's a little pass. Really good by Hodges. Gets it off to Williams, who keeps dancing, and look at Williams. Nice shifty speed up to the 30-yard line. We're going to give him 6. And one of the more positive gains for Williams, who continues to add to that yardage total. He was the workhorse for them in the first half.
Yeah, and there's a perfect example of the officials saying, let's just keep the clock going here. That was an illegal formation. They had 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, and the official was looking right at it, and he goes, yeah, let's just go.
So 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard pickup. Williams did the honors. Here's the snap now. Going to look into the flat, quick hitter. Has his man, and not a lot of room. Finally taken down with the stop for Camdenton. That's Keaton Crossman,
Remington
the junior.
Stamper out there, too. Nice play by Remington.
So a 3-yard loss on the play. 3rd down and 8 now. Upcoming. The second half will fly by as the clock will be running. Already 9:45 as it will tick quickly. Ball's the 33-yard line. Also in there tonight, Gerald Wright in there in coverage for Camdenton, bottom of your screen, number 87. They're looking his way. He's going to come up and makes the play, but not before the catch is made. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down to the 13-yard line. That's a big gainer. Trey Thomas, the junior, with a Beck Wellness Center first down, and Southeast now inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone.
Yeah, good-looking throw, and the coverage was actually pretty good. Just a little bit better throw and even a better catch.
Johnny on the spot. We were just announcing his name, and Gerald Wright comes up and makes the play, a bang-bang play. Good concentration to bring that in. First down and 10. Ball's the 14-yard line. The pitch out to Marquise Williams. Tries to get the edge now, cuts back inside. Little stutter step. Nice job for Camdenton. And here's Williams now shaking free before he's finally gang tackled on the edge. But that's about as hard-nosed as a 2-yard gain you'll ever see.
Several guys had a shot at him out there. Williams now, I've got him for 71 on the night. Yeah, he kept us alive. Whoop! He stepped back on his own there, so they had to not blow the whistle and stop that play. I don't know if you got the name. Elijah Southwick on the tackle.
Southwick, just a sophomore. We've heard his name in a handful of games so far this year. He'll get improved minutes here, increased minutes. That's balls on the ground, and the Lakers have it. I think that's their 5th takeaway of the night, the fumble recovery.
Brody Price.
Yeah, big number 54, the sophomore Brody Price comes up with it for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's 3 fumbles and an interception as well. So the Lakers will take over and start the other direction. I was actually kind of hoping that they would get the score there, Southeast, to make you feel a little bit better after coming all this way to get beaten this badly. Man, oh man, trying to keep up on scores here.
Now in there at quarterback for the Lakers, I think it's going to be Derek Scheiffelbein. It's going to be Quentin Cruson, with the handoff, and the ball carrier on first down, number 27, Braden Burns, the junior, with a Beck Wellness Center first down for 11 yards.
Yeah, he looked like he'd done that before. Nice looking run, just sliding off left tackle. See number 63 in the game, Tegan Wilcutt. They actually ran away from his side the last time, but he's playing right tackle now.
And that score with Osage at St. Francis Borgia, 24-0 with just 4 minutes left in that one. So Osage is going to get their 2nd loss of the season, heading to play playoff football a week from now. And, first guy there couldn't make the stop, and look at this run.
Wow.
Big number 27, Braden Burns, with a Beck Wellness Center first down. We do have a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, but it's a face mask against the defense, as Burns wouldn't go down even with the face mask.
That was an impressive run, and Burns was penalized there for not being a real tall kid. He's listed at 5'11". I come in there, just got him up high and spun him around. He kept his balance. That was impressive.
On back-to-back play, Braden Burns, Beck Wellness Center first down. You tack on 15 with the Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, in Camdenton now.
Personal foul, face mask, Southeast Knights.
I need to change something here real quick.
First and 10 from the Knights, 43-yard line.
Quentin Cruson out of the gun, takes the snap. He's going to call his own number, trying to get outside. Now he's going to cut back across. A lot of green grass, and Quentin Cruson inside the 20 to the house. He will score from 43 yards out. Quentin Cruson's impressive night continues. The quarterback this time, a 43-yard score, and the Lakers continue to impress. This time it's the sophomore.
Yeah, he just very patient on that run. Saw the blocking in the middle, kind of being contained, and cut back completely across the field. Then was able just to outrun everybody else to the end zone. 62-0. I don't think, doesn't look like Camdenton's planning on kicking here, unless Cruson is the kicker. And what do we got here? They're going to go for 2.
Yeah,
we've seen this formation before. It didn't work last week.
Just going to run it straight ahead and in for the two-point conversion. It is number 39. I don't have a 39 on my roster. So the two-point conversion is good, and with 5 minutes plus left in the third quarter, Camdenton up 64-0.
I regret to inform you that Jason was killed in a car crash today. This is one of the hardest parts of our jobs, so we're doing everything we can to end crashes on Missouri roadways. Starting January 1st, we'll be writing tickets for cell phone use while driving. This includes sending or reading texts, taking photos or videos, or watching your phone while driving. Let's make our roads safer together. Time is up on distracted driving. Time is up on tragedies.
Back here on Lake TV, and for those of you here around the lake area looking for something to do tomorrow, well, hey, Knuckled Up presents Fight Night number 2 at the Encore Lakeside Grill and Sky Bar. It is a big night of MMA fights at the Encore. Tickets still available starting at just $40 for general admission. Doors open at 5 with fights set to start at 6 o'clock. Should be an action-packed night. Lake TV crew will be in the house. Looking forward to a great night at the Encore as the kick is off. Daniel Eisnagel, and the return this time across to 25, and another good return. Here's Hodges now. A lot of green grass, a little spin move, and he's up close to midfield for a solid return. And I don't know where all these Southeast fans came from. They're making some noise now.
They came in on a later bus, so I don't know where they did come from. Maybe some of the Camdenton people went over there just for moral support. Maybe they're out of the wind a little bit better than.
So a solid return the last couple of times.
Yeah, clock continues to run, 3:20. I think they'll take breaks for timeouts. Maybe an injury or score. I think, although they let it run during the score last time, didn't they?
They did. I thought that was interesting.
If that's not the rule, I would be the last person to say anything about it. There's that center screen. They got it set up pretty well.
Good design here to Marquise Williams, who sees a lot of green if he can get past the line, and he cannot. Nice job limiting the damage, but a really nice play design. We've seen that a couple of times, and that was just an inch from going the distance and breaking the shutout.
Yeah, and again, when you're 5 of your guys are allowed to go through that easily, you have to kind of see that coming a little bit. I'm glad Williams didn't get hurt there. He turned rather awkwardly on the turf. Hit on the tackle there, Levi Brewer, number 26. Camdenton showing blitz. Man in motion across the formation. Hodges.
Hodges has his man and falls incomplete. He was under pressure, forced a quick throw, going to bring up third down and short.
How many times you see it, your receiver stops. It just makes it impossible to get the timing down on the play. So third down and short 5, long 4. We're down to, we were only about 30 seconds into the first quarter. Now we're here in the second half. We're down to 1:48 of actual time off the clock.
And don't forget, next week we'll have high school playoff football for you on Lake TV. Now under pressure, and look out, ball's on the ground. It's picked up, and here he goes. Big number 78 all the way back to the 15, still on his feet to the 10-yard line. The scoop and the tumble. That's number 78 for the Lakers, Tegan Wilcutt.
That was like watching the running of the bulls.
Wow, that was awesome. And that was quite a run by number 78, Tegan Wilcutt. Wow.
He just kept it going. That was impressive. He wanted that touchdown in the worst possible way. Now they are letting the clock continue to run here, even on the change of possession. We won't say anything about the World Series score.
Yeah, that's a joke. Who cares about
I could care
two
less.
bloated, unimportant, spoiled franchise that spend 500 times more than everybody else and still don't win every year?
Yeah.
I hate it.
I read someplace, as we get ready for the first down play here with Eisenagel, that the Yankees have 3 players who make more themselves than the entire starting roster for Cleveland.
Here's Eisenagel now on the carry inside the 5 for being Braden Burns on the carry with Quentin Cruson in there at quarterback. So down to the 5-yard line where it'll be second down and goal for Camdenton.
Who'd you have on that carry?
Braden Burns.
Okay.
Yeah, I have number 27 out there still. And that's going to conclude our third quarter of play. Your score, 64 for the Lakers, Southeast 0. We'll be back with your fourth quarter on Lake TV after this.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
To win at the Jaws of Death Bob Shore Stadium, it takes preparation, dedication, and grit. At Rough Water Dock, we've put that same mindset into our business for more than 30 years. Winning 5 state championships doesn't happen by chance, and you shouldn't take a chance when it comes to protecting your investment on the Lake of the Ozarks. Choose the best. Choose Rough Water Dock, your full-service dock builder at the lake. Local, family-owned and operated, and proud supporter of the Camdenton Lakers. At Rough Water Dock, we like it rough.
Back here on Lake TV as we're set for our fourth quarter of play in a game that's been well decided at this point. So this is all a formality at this point in time. But Mike, got to be impressed with the opponent you had. You thought you could win the game, but Camdenton pretty fundamental when they fumbled that kickoff to start. Looks like it could go bad. They bounced back quickly and they never did look back.
Yeah, most games you would say, well, you couldn't think of a worse way to start a contest, but yeah, we forgot about that in a hurry.
Here's the pitch out. We don't have 39, and he's going to be stopped at about the 11 or 12 for a big-time loss. In there at quarterback for the Lakers, Avery Stolte, the sophomore.
I thought the PA announcer, I slipped my headset off. I thought he said Osborne on that carry, but I don't see it, even seeing Osborne on any of my rosters I have here.
So I hate that as 39 in there. Would love to give him some love, but we don't have a jersey or a name with jersey number 39, so that carry goes backwards. Third down and goal from the 12-yard line. As we said, Avery Stolte, the quarterback, just a sophomore in there, number 24, takes the snap, and here's the handoff. Good run here for number 48 inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line.
Libby. Edward Libby. Nice gain there for Libby on his first carry.
All these sophomores now getting some time, so it'll be fourth down and goal from the 7-yard line here for Camdenton, and they'll probably run it once again. Now they do have their third-string quarterback in there. They may let him throw in Stolte, but this game out of reach, of course, at this point in time. And as you look ahead, we didn't see what was going on in the Rolla game, but it looked like Lebanon was destroying Waynesville last time.
I had the Rolla score for you. It was 23-6 at halftime.
Okay.
So they were in control.
Stolte, a little bootleg on the read option in no man's land, and nicely done. I got to give some love here to the quarterback, Hodges. Isaiah Hodges could have really made Stolte pay the price, and he showed some serious class and just let him down gently. And so turnover on downs, they stopped them from scoring once again, and that is a moral victory there at the end, and that's what I was alluding to. Hodges, been a frustrating night. It had been easy to take it out on the opponent. Instead, cooler heads prevail, and you love to see that because we see the opposite quite often.
That would have been easy. Like you said, frustrating night after a long bus ride, knowing that you've got that long bus ride home. Hey, I'm going to just body slam you here, but no, play the game.
So following the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll have our Thomas Construction post-game show. It won't be long. Mike will probably have a brief rundown for you, and I'll get some comments from Coach Parr-Pitts and our player of the game. Hopefully he'll bring some seniors with them for that. Here's the pitch outside Williams now. And it's a good play defensively, kind of got pushed right into it, making the stop, and that's right once again. Comes up, and that's another 4-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, right, and Stolte was out there as well, too, to help out. Avery was. So a loss of 4 for Williams. He's had a pretty good night going here. He certainly has been the workhorse with 16 carries on the evening.
Yeah, just 9 minutes left now, inside 9 minutes, and a running clock. Southeast, not a lot going. They had a big run earlier that didn't lead to points, but Camdenton's been tough, and since the reserves have been in, Mike, they've been pretty solid too.
Yeah.
Taking a shot and out of the outstretched arms of the defender in coverage, Levi Brewer. The sophomore was there, and pressure applied, forcing the errant throw, brings up 3rd and long.
Well, not a lot of strategy here. This is the only thing you can really hope for the rest of the way is nobody get hurt, man. That's the thing that always scares me about games like somebody getting hurt late in a game that was decided probably 2 minutes into the contest. It is and can be a violent game. Ethan Cody in the game now for Camdenton.
Also Remington Stamper in there. Here's the handoff to Williams. Just does get out of his end zone before he turns on the jets and steps out at the 12. He did fumble, but after he was out of play, so a solid gain of about 9, maybe 10. Going to bring up 4th down and about 6. And again, I hear the Osborne for 39.
I think he said Preston Osborne was the name. I've got 2 different rosters.
Which is a freshman at Camdenton. He's in the youth group where I go to church. So it wouldn't surprise me if Preston Osborne was number 39. Love seeing him get some action if that is the case. Great young man, and he's had a couple of nice plays here the last couple of series for Camdenton on both sides. So 4th down and 6. Ball's the 13-yard line. Hodges takes the snap. Look out. He's in trouble. And he's going to go down at about the 8 awkwardly.
His own man got his kind of friendly fire there. Fell awkwardly on him. That was Cannell Wallace, number 79.
That's a turnover on downs. And so Camdenton's offense back out there. We'll see who they throw in there at quarterback. Looks like headed back out there. Avery Stolte is going to hold on to those duties here, at least for this series. But a pretty successful senior night, and they only got about 2 quarters and a little change there. Your seniors, your starters anyway, at a pretty good night for them for all intents and purposes, at least statistically, Mike.
Yeah, and it's all going to be in the first half, and they're bringing everybody on this blitz.
Here's the run for Osborne into the end zone for the score. Preston Osborne from 9 yards out. The freshman has his first varsity rushing touchdown of his career. It's late, and the score's out of hand, but Mike, that still means everything to the young man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Well, we got him about 14 on that one?
Yeah, we're going to give him 9 officially.
9? Okay, good enough. Got a little distracted there. And I suspect they'll go for 2 as well. I don't think they really want to bring DeMont back out. 70-0. Yikes.
The highlight of the night for me, Mike, was watching Preston Osborne get his first touchdown. Here, nice little cutback inside the 5, and he'll go down there. Nice effort, but not enough. So with 5 minutes and some change left, the score 70-0 Camdenton with the clock continuing to run. So we'll take a short commercial break and be right back on Lake TV after this.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build
Back here on Lake TV for your game of the week, presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And what's our final regular season rendition of high school football on Lake TV this season? Of course, playoff football looms. It's waiting. We'll be ready for that next week. And then, of course, as you can tell, my mind already on basketball season. I think we got a couple of districts that might have some really good years, Mike, this season in basketballs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working the Norm Stewart Classic once again this year up in Columbia.
Ball fumbled back inside the 10 and then returned across the 20 to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line.
Rashad Fleck.
Fleck's been all over the place, one of the more athletic players for Southeast tonight. So, Mike, I'll let you take it away from here. I did that last week. You got the Machino score was great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and so with 3 minutes left, hopefully we have some fireworks. I'll look forward to seeing you guys from the field in just a few.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Southeast as the clock approaches the 3-minute mark, the time left in this game. When they go continuous clock here in Camdenton, they go continuous clock. It's only stopped once or twice. We see a couple of different kids in the game now for Southeast. Isaiah Hodges, the number 13 version. And this is the quarterback version, number 15. He gets loose on the sideline, gets a nice little block in the back up the field, but I don't think they're going to call that. And that should be good for a first down, except a Camdenton player is shaken up on the far sideline. He took a bit of a block in the back, not real hard, but it must have gotten his attention here as Hodges is up at the, he's actually ran in, friendly fire there, ran into his linebacker, Keaton Crossman, and shaken up on that play. So a 10-yard gain for right at the first down marker. Again, on the scores, it was Osage falling to St. Francis Borgia. So Osage will wrap up 7-2. Borgia goes 9-0 on the regular season. It looks like Osage will host Holt. And Holt is a school in Wentzville, just west of St. Louis. So we'll most likely have that game for you. Not my decision to make, of course, but that looks like the direction we'll be going. Eldon was falling to Boonville, and there's a chance they could turn around and play Boonville next week in the opening night of district. Wouldn't that be something? I've seen it happen before. And kid for Camden up now, a little shaky yet. Looks like maybe he's favoring an ankle there. Hopefully he's okay. And walking a little better as he goes along. That's Keaton Crossman. He was in on that tackle. Again, got hit by his own man coming across there. Again, I do have a final score here, I think. The Versailles Tigers finished their Versailles Tigers finished their regular season at 1-8. They fall tonight 30-6 in their game. And hard to say what they'll be next week. They're going to be the 7th seed. It's not going to be good because in that Class 3 district, which is tough enough as it is. So that was a first down. Clock wound, 2:30 left in the game. 70-0. Get the abacus out. Wanting to throw the bomb, lost the handle on the ball, got it back, decided to run. Hodges spins out of a tackle and gets all the way down to the 44. So he's had some successful runs. That one good for 23. Make the overall stats look a little bit better. And we've got, a timeout call? Another injury, I'm sorry. Another kid shaken up on the play as Hodges was spinning there late. I don't know if he got a leg caught underneath him or not. Eldon was falling to Boonville at 26-7, I think was the last score I saw there. Hodges back up now. He just got spun around there late. Took his leg caught, but just knocked the wind out of him a bit. And he's going to come out for a minute. He has to come out, I believe, unless they use a timeout. And he's still limping over there on that far sideline a little bit, but I believe he's okay. Easy for me to say. Clock stop with 2:07. And boy, as much trouble as they had with the snaps early in the game, they'll wind the clock now. Be interesting to see what happens with another quarterback here in the game. We have a number 41, and I think I know who that is. Not on the roster, but I think it's DeMarco Johnson, who switched from a lineman to a running back. And the keeper, and the pass down the sideline, a battle for the loose ball, and it's picked off down at the 11. That kid cut the ball down the field in pretty good shape, but he waited too long. Carson Stouffer with the interception for the Lakers. Carson Stouffer. So that's turnover number 5 on the Knights for the Knights. Got that down there. If he could have thrown out a little bit quicker, but the timing of the play was askew as he had to swing out farther to the right than he had really wanted to on the play. So 1st and 10 for Camdenton. The clock is continuing to run. We're under a minute now. Nobody seems to be in a big hurry to do anything here either. So Camdenton will wrap up the regular season and keep their on-again, off-again portion of their record intact. They'll finish up 5-4. And it looks like they'll be in Rolla next Friday night. That's speculation, but a little bit of knowledge behind it. What we got here? I think they're just say good. They're just going to say that's good. And I wholeheartedly agree with that decision. Why? I mean, 70-0. Why risk some kind of injury to run one more play to make it official? So Camdenton does end up 5-4, and Southeast goes 0-7. And it looks like they'll be in Smithville next Friday night for their opening round district play, and man, they are depleted number-wise. We'll come back with our post game in just a bit. William will have the interviews down on the field, and I'll have some I'll have some stats for you. Won't take long to add up the second half. 70-0, our final score.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, Rough Water Dock, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving.
So keep leading the statistics. Don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price and Randall Injury Attorneys.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
Our Thomas Construction post-game show. I got head coach Par Pitts. You guys took care of business in a big way, 70-0, but I want to start with something that stood out to me and a lot of other people tonight. The game got pretty out of hand pretty early, and a team that came 3.5 hours away, didn't almost even get here in time for kickoff, didn't bring a lot of fans. Well, they had quite a few kids over there halfway through the game. Touch on that.
Yeah, it was awesome to see our kids go over there and cheer them on, get excited. I know at halftime they were cheering for them. The guys got excited. I got a ton of respect for those guys at Southeast coming down at 17 guys, and they never backed down. They kept hitting, they kept playing. It's an amazing thing what young people can do when they're playing for something bigger than themselves.
Yeah, it was a great effort by them under tough circumstances. But for you guys really executed and limited those mistakes. Outside of some early penalties, you guys kind of cleaned up and played pretty error-free tonight.
Yeah, I was happy with what we told our guys. We got to go out. We've worked so hard to go and play football games, and so we wanted to come out and be fast and start fast. We did a great job on defense, scored on defense, and just did a great job of starting fast and finishing fast.
When you look at other programs and what other schools have to go through, it kind of reminds you of just how special you are to be at a place like this. Tonight was you honor your seniors. You had so many seniors out here, and I want to touch on what this group of seniors in particular means to Coach Par Pitts and the Camdenton Lakers.
Well, we had 19 of them, and they all are committed to something, like I said, bigger than themselves, and to work hard and work together and go out there and just play Laker football. That's what, last week we talked about it at the end of the game. It's really what it's about, going out and playing hard and playing together, playing a physical brand of football, and they're committed to that.
Coach, how long do you enjoy this win before you and the guys turn your attention to Rolla?
Well, I kind of joked with them. I'd rather have practice in the morning and get ready for Rolla. But we'll take tonight. It's fun to win, and it's not easy to win. I mean, tonight it seemed easy for us, but all the preparation that we've gone through made it easy. So it wasn't just walking out and doing it. We'll enjoy tonight and get after it in the morning. We'll start watching film.
Coach, hey, man, congratulations on the W, and good luck the rest of the way in the playoffs.
Appreciate it.
That's head coach Par Pitts, and we'll be here joined by our player of the game here in just a minute, Carson Durnan, the senior signal caller. We'll see. Hey, Carson, can we get you to join us real quick here on our TV broadcast? I took the picture opportunity away from the kiddos. It's our buckle up, phones down, player of the game. You guys can get in on it with you if you want. He's got his own fan club here. Carson Durnan, talk about getting to show out on senior night like this.
Super fun, just the ability to come with all my friends I've been playing with forever and to just do this, super awesome in front of all the people that we know, our family, everything's super cool.
So I know there's a chance you guys are on the road next week, and so the reality is this might be the last time you rock these Laker colors right here at the Jaws of Death. How much has this place and this program meant to Carson Durnan?
I mean, obviously it's meant a lot. 4 years of my life, honestly probably more, I think in middle school and even like the youth football, super cool. This place is always, in my mind, it's the best place in the state, no doubt. It's just super cool, it's always packed. Just the environment is crazy, and you never play high school football again, so it's super cool to just get a good atmosphere like this.
Awesome, and I see you've got a slew of fans, so I got to ask you guys, who all are we here? Who's all here? Everybody introduce yourself.
Lakers. Lakers. Your name.
I love it. I love it. You guys say, no, it's about the Lakers. So all together on the count of 3, everyone give me a go Lakers. 1, 2, 3. Go Lakers! That's the Laker faithful. And your buckle up, phones down, player of the game, Carson Durnin. Carson, thanks, man, and good luck with Rolla. Folks, thanks for tuning in here to the Jaws of Death for our game of the week. The Lakers clean up 70-0, your final score. Carson Durnin, your buckle up, phones down, player of the game. Remember, folks, buckle up, phones down, slow down, and drive sober. These simple decisions will help save lives. This message brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. Now, to take it away for the evening, back up in the booth, my partner for the evening, Mike Bissell.
Very much, William. Let's take a look at the final stats. By the way, I do have a couple of final scores I want to go over again. Eldon falls to Boonville 46-21. There's a chance they could turn around and play them again next Friday night in the opening round of district. Eldon loses 6 in a row to wrap up this regular season. Versailles falls 30-6. And, of course, our final here, 70-0. Osage falls to Borgia tonight, 24-0. For the Southeast Knights, who finished up their regular season at 0-7, Williams had 17 carries for 75 yards, had a 51-yarder in there. Hodges had 7 for 12. Burton, 2 for 7. Gossett, 3 for 4. Thomas, 3 for -12. So the net yardage, 79 yards on the ground for Southeast. 30 attempts. They did fumble the ball 3 times. They also had 2 interceptions. Burton had 1 catch for 21 yards. Williams had 3 for 26 total, and Gossett had 1 for 11, so 58 yards through the air, 79 on the ground, 137 net from scrimmage, 3 penalties, 25 yards, and again the 5 turnovers for Southeast. For the Camdenton Lakers, DeMott, 3 carries, 14 yards. Durnin, 2 for 7. Both of those in the first half. Machino, 1 for 7. Osborne, 1 for 9. That was a touchdown. Lehman, 1 for 8. Stolte, 1 for -2. We have a lot of different kids in there. I might have missed somebody, but I think I got to most of them. Burns had 3 for 30. Cruson had 1 for 43. Libby, 1 for 7. And that wraps up the rushing part of the offense for the night for Camdenton. Just 14 attempts, but they had some big ones in the second half, got it up to 123 yards. They had 1 fumble. The passing stats were all from the first half. No passes attempted in the second half at all. 213 yards through the air, 123 rushing, 336 net from scrimmage for Camdenton. 1 turnover. They had 9 penalties in the first half for 87 yards. And none in the second half. So they did clean that part of it. It did go by rather quickly. Again, right now, it kind of, not official, but it looks like Camdenton will be at Rolla, and it looks like that our Lake TV crew will be at School of the Osage to take on Holt. That's, again, a school out of the Wentzville area up west of St. Louis. That's not official yet, but that's the way things are looking right now. And Camdenton, just an odd start to the game, but they just showed out all the way through, 70-0 the final score, and they finished up their regular season at 5-4. For William, our entire Lake TV crew, I'm Mike. This has been another presentation of Lake TV. Have a great weekend.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, Rough Water Dock, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.